Just walk away. Just walk away. And then to the horror.
All right, we're live. Good evening, everyone. Nick and I are back. We've got a doozy today, an absolute doozy. We're going to be discussing, well, by the title, Western Women and Dogs, we're going to be discussing mostly in regards to a dating app, correct, Nick?
Yep.
Yeah, which is, it's called Bumble, right?
Bumble and a little bit of Tinder.
Bumble and Tinder, right, okay. And a little bit about the personalities of the women that can be found on here. And one of the phenomenons that stuck out to Nick, and he shared with me, and obviously didn't surprise me, was this very strange relationship that these women have with their dogs. And what it means to them. So if you want, Nick, you wanted to kind of get into a story here?
Well, when I was 21, I met a older woman who was in her early 50s, who was previously married with no children. I met her through my father, actually. When I met her at a local diner, I slipped my number into her pocketbook, and I thought she was really attractive for an older woman. So I'm like, let me give it a try. You never know. And sure enough, she calls me and she wanted to hang out. I go to meet her at her home, and at her home was how do I describe it? She was a hoarder. She had stuff that you couldn't even imagine in her home. She was living in squalor and filth with, I would say, close to 10 to 15 different animals. And
what the fuck?
yeah, so she was a hoarder. She had no children. She was only married for about 4 or 5 years, and she was obviously lonely, on welfare naturally. Just couldn't really get herself motivated to do anything. She would sleep all day, stay up all night. She obviously was taking prescription drugs, SSRIs, because she was naturally depressed over her state of affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of worked out a deal with her. I go, look, I really like you, and I'm hooking up with you and stuff. How about if I help you, help you around the house, help you throw out some of this stuff, try to shed some of the baggage you have? And she obliged. She goes, yeah, I could really use some help. As I kept trying to throw stuff out, she would fight with me. She would fight with me every time I would try to throw something out. Some of the things that she had in her home were Disney movies. She had the whole Disney collection of VHSs from Pinocchio, 101 Dalmatians, some of the more obscure Disney movies that no one really watches. And I'd ask her, why do you have these movies? Like, you don't have children. What's up with that? And she would tell me, well, I thought maybe one day I'd have children, right?
Wow.
She would have old credit card receipts from 20 years ago. She had air conditioners. She had stacks of air conditioners that had been from like the mid to early 80s. In her mind, she said they still work. They're still good. You can still use them. But again, she had I think 6 or 7 of them stacked in her living room.
Like air conditioner you mount?
The thing that puzzled me is a little bit about her life story, and how did she get to where she was. She had dogs. She had a lot of animals. She had the typical decal on her car of proud dog mom, save an animal, PETA, the usual tripe that you would find on the back of a vehicle of a crazy cat lady. And that's what she is. She was a crazy cat lady. She would imprint onto the dogs as if they were her own husband and child, right? And long story short, every time I kept trying to throw something out, she would fight with me. And I try to explain to her, I go, look, you want me to stay here, you want to be friends, you like hanging out with me, but you also want me to be a man. You want me to take control and try to, pull you out of your despair. And she just kept fighting with me, and I had to just break it off. I would just start screaming and yelling at her. I go, you're miserable, you're never going to get ahead. And she used to repeat kind of this attitude, this type of she would have this mindset that she really thought that a man would fall from the sky, a Prince Charming with a lot of money would help her and marry her and pull her up from where she is. And mind you, she's 50-something years old, and that's what she really thought. Her marriage fell apart. She was married to a police officer who turned out to be a crackhead. Can you believe that? A police officer who was a crackhead. And
wow.
Yeah. But she kept thinking that someone out of the blue would fall right into her living room to save her. She really thought that. I remember her saying, no one's here to help me. I'm all alone. I go, well, you don't really get out of the house. You're pale. You're very pale from staying indoors all day long. You're obviously depressed. You don't really do anything. And, her house is falling apart.
You're breaking up, Nick. Nick, you're breaking up. I'm losing you. Are you there? Are you there? Okay, I'm losing Nick, guys. Alright, I think I lost Nick on Skype, so I'm going to try and get him back. Oh, no, here he is. You there?
Are you there?
Yeah, you were gone. You cut out for like 30 seconds. What happened? Alright, guys. Nick, we're having technical issues again, internet issues. It's always the case. You figured living in finally moving back to a first world country, I wouldn't have these problems as much, but lo and behold. Alright, so I'm going to try and get Nick back. I'll play we'll go to some sponsorship, and then we'll be right back.
Old Max, we go everywhere together, right, boy?
At Pet Stuffers, we know there's nothing like a relationship between a man and his dog. Sometimes you just can't let go.
Max, you didn't eat your food. That's the second week in a row. Max?
When the unspeakable happens, just put your four-legged friend in the refrigerator or freezer. Then call Pet Stuffers. We'll be there within a week to pick him up, and in less than a month, he'll be back as good as new. Through an ancient Egyptian miracle process called taxidermy, you and your best friend will always be together.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Pet Stuffers, when you just can't let go. And coming soon, grandparents forever.
Highlighted hair? Vacant brain dead look in your eyes? Something missing?
Complete the look.
Complete the look with men's eyeliner at Vice City's one-stop shop for people who are cool when they cry.
Wow, you look ambiguous.
Complete the look.
Alright, we're back, everybody. Nick's back. Everything's good. So Nick,
Sorry about that.
That's fine. Let's continue with the story. She was waiting for a man to fall out of thin air.
She really thought that a man with a lot of money would fall into her living room to save her from her despair. And I tried to explain to her, I go, well, you have to clean up your house, you have to get off the SSRIs, and you have to get out there in the world. She wouldn't do that. Every time I tried helping her to better herself, she would fight with me. Every time I would try throwing something out, something very, again, a piece of paper, old newspapers, anything, expired milk, she would fight with me.
Holy
and even
shit.
when I tried cleaning her yard, I would try to mow her lawn, she would argue with me about the setting the lawnmower was on. And I would say, let me be the man to try to help you. You go back inside and fucking play with your stupid dogs. And
Right.
she would still come outside 5-10 minutes later, start screaming and yell at me. And that was pretty much the end of it, because as I got older, I just really didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with the baggage and the drama anymore.
Right.
But the bottom line is that she was the crazy cat lady. She was that woman on the block that all the kids and all the neighbors knew about and made fun of, right? And what is happening now with the millennial generation, and when I define millennial, I define it as between the ages of 20 to like 31, 32, and these young women who are obsessed with their dogs, who aren't married, who are on the cock carousel, they will soon be the crazy cat ladies, and there's just going to be a large amount of them. Now, obviously, today there's only a handful of them, but she's a prime example of what's to come in the near future of the millennial generation.
Yeah, I mean, geez, you should have got her on that. Don't they have a television show for hoarders?
Yeah, she would definitely tick the box to be on that show. Yes, I don't know if you heard what I said, that she collected air conditioners.
Yes, yes.
She had a Cougar, a Mercury Cougar. You know, a Mercury Cougar, the car.
Yeah, yeah.
She had a Mercury Cougar from 1986 sitting in her driveway. That's pretty much a flower pot, and in her mind, she thinks it's a collectible. The problem is with hoarders and women that have dogs is they have a hard problem. They have a hard issue with letting things go. They can't let things go, right?
Yeah.
So she just couldn't really grasp that. And what's more frightening is, even at her advanced age into her 50s, I mean, it's half a century of being on this fucking planet, she still thinks, I swear, probably to this day right now, she still thinks someone, Prince Charming, is going to fall from the sky and save her. And I think with the problem with a lot of these millennial women, they believe also, again, it's the 2080 rule, that the guy with a lot of money, Prince Charming, Hugh Jackman, is going to come and rescue them.
Right. And I mean, that's kind of, that sort of leads into the meat of what we want to discuss today. We're going to go over a bunch of profiles from Bumble and Tinder, with a focus especially on the canine with these women. And there is, I think, with the coming of the dating apps, right? I've never used one, by the way. I've never used one because I think it was a half a generation after me, really. So I never really used one. But I think with the coming of it, it's really sort of inflated the egos of women to a point where they think they have such a huge, wide choice of men that it'll be easy to find the rich men to come and swoop down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, as we go over this stuff, you're gonna have more of the experience of being a part of that reality, the dating app reality. Whereas I don't really have it. Do you want me to go ahead and read that excerpt?
The excerpt from Dave Sims, I think, is part of the origin on how the dog has made its way into the house. Now, Ayam, you already know, how are dogs treated in Southeast Asia? Where are the dogs? Are they in the homes of the average Indonesian household?
No, for the most part, especially in Indonesia, for sure, they're sort of seen as kind of a dirty animal that you wouldn't really take care of. Most of the dogs there are stray, they're diseased, they're unkept. Having dogs as pets is a bit of a new phenomenon for them. So you will see it once in a while. But for the most part, they're just
So
mangy.
you would say you see it in the more urban environments in Jakarta and Bali?
With Jakarta and most of Java and Sumatra, they're mostly Muslims, and there's a sort of a very, what do you call, a stigma around dogs in Islam in most Muslim countries. So people are actually quite terrified of them. They think they're unclean. They don't like to touch them.
Well, in Cambodia, they're again, you describe pretty much how they are in Cambodia, but in Cambodia they actually eat them to a certain degree, and I believe they just legalized eating dog meat in Cambodia, where it was kind of frowned upon in Khmer culture not to eat dogs because it's more of a Vietnamese and Chinese thing. But the dog is just a runt. It's just annoying. It's this animal that runs around the yard, and no one ever kind of pays it any mind.
Yes.
You know, it's just there. It's a dog that kind of just wound up on my piece of land, and we throw it scraps. And it's more or less how the Cambodians treat them.
Yeah, and it's very similar in Indonesia. They actually do eat dog in Sumatra, and in other islands of the archipelago they do eat dog, which is a strange contradiction. Sumatrans are very Muslim, and they think dogs are dirty, but there are certain tribes in Sumatra that do consume it. They eat the flesh of the dog. So, but you're right. The most a dog does is keep rats away. Really, I mean, it's pretty much its only purpose. It's very rare to see them using as work animals. They're not trained. Yeah, they're just basically scavengers. So
right.
Yeah, they're basically just scavengers. If you're a dog lover and you go to Southeast Asia, you'll probably have a hard time.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of these Bumble women who love their dogs, maybe Southeast Asia is not the place for them.
It's not just, but here's the thing. Bumble and Tinder are it gives you a good screenshot on what is going on in Western culture. So a lot of people find Tinder and Bumble. Again, I wasn't in the United States when Tinder took off. I actually heard about it through my brother about a year and a half, 2 years of me living in Cambodia. He called me on the phone. He told me about this thing called Tinder. He goes, yeah, it's, you hook up with girls, you talk to them, yada, yada, yada. So I missed the whole Tinder ride while I was in Cambodia. Then when I moved back, my stepbrother told me about Bumble. He goes, well, Bumble's a little bit better than Tinder. It's a little bit more serious. You can actually meet and find decent women on Bumble. Now, on Bumble and Tinder, you have to write something in the description box on what it is you like, where you're from,
Right.
Again, something banal about yourself. I think that's the word. Banal, is it?
Banal, yeah. Banal, yeah.
Banal, yes, thank you. Usually banal about yourself. Guys tend to take it very seriously, their profile, right? They take it seriously. They like to describe themselves, they like to talk about themselves and show off their war chest and how awesome they are. Women tend to do the complete opposite. Women usually say things that are very tongue-in-cheek, right?
Right.
And what we're about to see on this live stream tonight is what their tongue-in-cheekiness really means.
Right.
What is it that's going on in their mind? So whatever the first thing they're going to write on their profile is usually whatever it is that's the first thing on their minds.
Okay.
That's the point. Guys will think really hard about what it is they're going to write. No, maybe I should put this. Wait, maybe I should write that. Women don't do that. Women just throw it out there and then they put, their images up. That's more or less.
Yeah, I don't think they really have to. I mean, a woman doesn't have to come off like she's put any thought or intelligence into her description.
Correct. So with that being said, we're going to see what it is they write.
Yeah, we're going to look through some of these profiles and kind of dig deeper into the mentality of these women, as well as, and especially, there is a strong canine theme, and we're going to get a lot into that as well. Just looking at the chats, Holy Blade Leonard says stigma against dogs in Islam. I didn't know that. Yes, there's a very strong stigma in Islam about dogs, but we'll come back to that later on in the stream. All Day Anabolic says I got a rabies vaccine in Bangkok due to a run-in with stray dogs. Nasty things. Yeah, man, they're nasty there. Dogs are nasty there. Like, you don't want to go up and pet them, put them on your lap and shit. All right, you still there, Nick?
Yep, go on.
All right, so I'm gonna read this excerpt from. We went over Dave Sims' tangent a couple shows ago, but I didn't hit this part. But the reason I'm going to read it now is because it ties in with our topic today. So this was an excerpt from, I think it was Tangent Part 3, if we're not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here again, the masculine gender must shoulder more than its fair share of the blame for this deplorable state of affairs, most especially for the historical decision to allow animals in the house. Clearly, this came about through the fault of fathers surrendering to the weakness they experience in dealing with their daughters. No lofty trajectory of the imagination is required to envision the centuries of pleading that must have gone into the winning of that first victory by a daughter over her father. Inclement weather, undoubtedly, serving as the thin end of the wedge. Please, Papa, it's freezing outside. And in the succeeding years, the rest of the civilizational barricades between man and beast falling like dominoes. Well, all right, just this once. Clunk. Well, all right, but he stays in the entryway. Clunk. Well, all right, but keep him in the kitchen. Clunk. Well, all right, but keep him on the hardwood. Clunk. Well, all right, but he has to stay on the floor. Clunk. Well, all right, but he has to stay at the foot of the bed. Clunk. Well, all right, but he has to stay on top of the covers. Clunk. Who can doubt that we're only a generation or two away from, well, all right, but don't give him the good china? Where's the harm? The harm, I believe, as we are seeing now, is that women quite literally don't know whether they are human beings or animals. So this little excerpt of Dave Sims, is pretty interesting, and it does lead quite well into our topic, especially when we consider that just the complete acceptance of animals into the house, as it were. And I've never thought of it as a way that he's placed it here. It's quite
Well,
interesting.
the last, what has happened the past 20 years versus what Dave Sims has written about, and our background is of Paris Hilton and her dog Tinkerbell.
Right.
Rest in peace, Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell just passed away, by the way. And Tinkerbell is the ground zero to this whole fucking shit show with Western women and dogs. Paris Hilton, I actually have a lot of respect for Paris Hilton, despite her doing the porn video. She's a very smart businesswoman. She sued people. She knows how to market herself. She's not a fucking idiot, not by a long shot. And she used to prance around with this little fucking chihuahua named Tinkerbell. And this was around 2003, 2004, 2005-ish, early to mid 2000s. Mm-hmm. And, she was on, she's one of the first people on social media, one of the first people to use Twitter. She is one of the OGs of white women and their narcissism.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, when you see her on TMZ, you see her, I think she had a TV show at one point or another. I don't remember because I was like in high school and all this shit went on. And I personally don't give a fuck about Paris Hilton. Right? Mm-hmm. So I remember her always carrying around this fucking dog Tinkerbell. And I remember at one point she had the dog in like a Louis Vuitton pocketbook. And in a lot of ways, I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was kind of like, that's cute, a little weird. But I'm like, all right, so that's her shtick. That's her thing, right? That's Paris fucking Hilton. She's from the Hilton family, all right? The Hilton Hotel, I think half of the Hilton hotels are owned by Blackwater, a huge financial firm. The CEO of Hilton Hotels, it was a Trump strategist. So there's obviously some, you're in the hands of the oligarchs is what I'm trying to get at, right? When it comes to the Hilton Hotel. I mean, they're all over the world, international. They represent, they're the flagship of Western luxury, pizzazz. So that's where this whole thing with the dog really came from, was Paris Hilton about 15 years ago. So now today, every woman, every Western chick who's 25 years old thinks they're fucking Paris Hilton, more or less is what I'm trying to get at.
And they all have dogs, and the relationship they have with their dogs echoes quite nicely with what Dave Sims says, where women today quite literally don't know whether they are human beings or animals. And this, I think, this goes deep into the broken psychology of modern women today, and the reasons why it's gotten to that. Now, do you want me to start going through some of these profiles?
Yeah, let's get it off, and we'll obviously toast every profile that comes up, and we'll throw our 2 cents in as we go along.
Okay, so I'm going to start with profile number 1. I will get the share screen going here. So we have here profile number 1, Catherine, 32, and she's holding a little pug with dog ears on her head. You see that?
So she's 32. She herself is dressed like a dog, and she is holding a dog.
Yes, she's 32. She's dressed like a dog, and she's holding a dog. And in her About Me, she says, I like turntables, which I imagine is a record player, right? Turntable. Puppers, which I guess is dogs. Coffee and murder mysteries. My pug, there you go, is the number 1 man in my life.
So the dog's a man, and we can see at our Instagram that it's nothing but the fucking dog. Is that correct? Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah.
Now she's 32. She's already over the hill. So, and she's wearing doggy ears.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm
going to say that she might be mentally retarded. I'm not, I think this one might be a rarity as far as the dog spectrum, Western women in dog spectrum. She might be clinically retarded.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed is, and as we go a little bit further into this live stream, you're going to see women that are usually 29, 30, 31, 32. The dog hysteria, the doggy fetish is amplified much more as they get older. And this ties into the hoarder that I was hooking up with, who was in her 50s, where she just couldn't let go of a credit card statement from 1996.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I think a lesson that will be learned as we go through this is to all men is that beware a woman who is a dog owner, and that's basically her entire lifestyle. Now maybe graduating from, as the older they get, maybe they graduate from dogs to cats. I don't know. Maybe there's maybe there's less responsibility with a cat. Who knows? So let's.
All right, keep going.
All right, so we're going on here to Abby, 22. She says, "I only love my bed and my pup. I'm sorry." My superpower is my ability to fall asleep for multiple days at a time. I like tequila and forgetting where I put my keys. So again, another love. We don't see any pictures of her pup though on this one. No pictures of the pup, but only a mention of the pup.
Wait, no. Let's go. Let's look at the profile. Let's look at the fucking profile. She's saying what? Read it back to us, because I can't see it so well.
I only love my bed and my pup.
Okay, I only love my bed and my pup. So what is she telling you? She's lazy.
Yeah.
She wants to sleep all day.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to lay in bed with the animal, and she wants someone to take care of her.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
and how is it for a man on your average man using this dating app? I mean, what is this? Is this? I mean, what do they do? They swipe right? They swipe left? How does that work?
Well, I think all the guys swipe right because they're looking for anything or anyone to give them attention. So he would swipe right to this and then feel the individual out, and then, would want to take it further or not. But usually the conversation with a woman like this would lead to nothing. It would be the equivalent to talking to a Cambodian about, did you eat rice today? Right? Tell me about your dog.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, your dog is wonderful. What are you studying in school? Oh, that's so good. What town did you grow up in? What high school did you graduate from? And it would just be you, asking questions, her answering them with very short fucking trivial sentences, and her not giving a flying fuck about you and not asking any questions about you, and the conversation usually just dies. Right? And that's usually the feedback I get with most young women that I talk with on these dating apps, is that most guys will just, actually there's a couple things that goes on, but most of the conversations usually just die. The guy usually just drops them. The other thing is guys will lash out at these young women saying, be fucking original. And I've heard a lot of young women tell me that the guys get really mad that these girls are not unique in any way. They're boring. The guys are mad that these young women are fucking boring. And the guys are like, I would love to have sex with you, but you're so fucking boring that I just rather stay home, eat pizza, drink beer, and watch fucking porn.
Yeah, play video games. No, I noticed, on a side note, I noticed that in these pictures, there's all these screenshots, there's a large button at the bottom that says block and report, so you can't miss.
That's if they're posting, anything like nudity, or if they said anything disgusting or whatever.
So I wonder how often women use that.
Well, here's the thing: what the guys do is guys really just don't take this shit seriously. So the first thing they do is show a dick pic. So that's what they mean by block and report,
right,
is,
okay.
guys will
Dick
just
pic.
be disgusting. Because, and when you do a dick pic, and apparently a lot of guys do this, I had no fucking idea. The last thing I would ever do is fucking show my fucking junk to a woman. I mean, that's special. My dick is special. No, you will not be seeing this fucking prized possession. But, when you show your woman a dick that you never met before, or you kind of like a cat call through a dating app, is, yo, you look so good, I'm gonna fuck you,
Right.
What that is a self-defeating behavior. Okay, you're already you're already saying, I'm not gonna have sex with this girl, so I'm just gonna be fucking disgusting. That's more or less what you're doing.
Well, and that's probably the reason why women don't like them, because it just basically means that the man actually probably is uninterested in anything you have to do or say. So
Correct.
all right, so
And the women don't help the cause by having profiles such as this, where I just want to lay in bed all day.
yeah. All right, so the next one here, we'll go through maybe half a dozen of these, and then see where we want to go from there. But maybe skip a few, whatever. This one is Cassia, 33,
Right?
and her occupation is a wine spectator. What the fuck is that? Okay, that's her occupation.
She watches wine.
She watches wine. She doesn't even drink it. She just watches it. Her about me says, cheese, wine, and my dog, Pugsy Bogues. She doesn't have a very...
And 33.
Yeah.
And she's 33, mind you.
Yeah.
Gee, I can't imagine why you haven't found anybody by the time you're 33.
She doesn't have a very clear shot of her face. It's like this profile. I can see her ear quite well. So, I don't know. Maybe she's not that attractive.
So she can't even take a picture straight.
Yeah. She's too busy watching wine. All right, the next...
You're gonna see a lot of wine and cheese. You're gonna see a lot of that in these profiles, by the way. Be prepared.
Okay. Priscilla, 31. About me. She's here we go. Veterinary student. You can find me hanging with my dogs, Boxer and Chihuahua, or cooking, baking, and fitness. Italian.
Okay. Oh, hello. Not bad.
Italian proud, not in the Jersey Shore tacky way.
Thank you, Priscilla. You're my hero.
Yeah, looking for real connection, not chit chat so much.
Okay.
Now,
Not as bad, but she's 31. She shot already at 31. She might have she said she can cook. She's willing to cook is what she's telling you.
yeah,
But again, she's got the fucking dogs. The dogs are to offset her not having children.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a very strange connection. And I often wonder if there's sort of a, let's say you did meet this woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do people normally do for a first date nowadays? They go for coffee?
I have no. I went on one date when I came back, and I had Colombian food, and we just sat and fucking ate and chatted over Colombian food. It wasn't bad, but she was an immigrant, so I guess that kind of doesn't count.
Right. So let's say you meet this woman for coffee. She's gonna have her dogs probably. You think she'll bring
I
her
hope
dogs?
not. It's unfortunate because she's my breed. She's Italian American, and I like the whole comment where she said she's not the Jersey Shore kind of type. She's not a Guidette. She's not a Guidette, is what she's trying to tell you. But again, she looks fairly attractive. Why is she single at 31? Well, the women want everything in place already before they make some type of commitment to a man. So what does everything in place mean? The guy has a full-time job, health insurance, his own place, right?
Yep.
A car,
Yeah.
right? He's not addicted to his mother. A lot of guys are mama's boys, right? Mama comes first. Actually, grandma comes first, then mom.
That's probably
So
very
when
Italian.
that's typical Italian. Priscilla better fucking know that. Mama comes first. Okay? And the other thing is women don't want to date guys that are that far away, even if the guy is willing to drive all the way to her, despite the distance in between the two of them. Right? So I remember one girl saying, I told her I planned on moving to a different county closer to New York City. She's like, oh, that's too far away. I'm like, at least I'm giving you fucking attention. What do you want? The guy to be right around the corner? You want Prince Charming right around the corner? Again, they want here and now. They want here and now. That's what they fucking want, right?
Okay.
So that's more or less what I'm trying to get at. Go on.
All right, next one says Alexa, and she's got the photograph with her dog. Alexa, 25. She's a sales representative, so she represents sales. Must love dog.
Puppy.
Must love dogs and food. So you must love dogs and food. Again, another dog.
Food. Ayam, do you like food?
Yeah, who doesn't like food, right?
I like food. I like sleeping too. Do you like oxygen?
Yeah. There's really no. Actually, once I heard. I can't remember who said it. I do not remember who said it now, but it really hit home to me years ago when I was diving headfirst into MGTOW. It might come back to me later of where I heard it or who said it, but it was basically saying women don't have hobbies. Women don't have hobbies. And I thought about it. I thought about it long and hard, and I thought about all the women I'd ever met. And it's not 100% true, but for the most part, I think it is a correct statement. Women generally don't have hobbies.
Holy flame! I'll bet she likes pizza too. Oh, dude, wait. We didn't even get started with these profiles yet, man. We didn't even get started. I like pizza. I like to sleep. I like oxygen, and I like puppies.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And this is the thing. Women generally don't have hobbies, and you have to first define what a hobby is. All right, sleeping is not a fucking hobby.
It's not, but it is to the average 22-year-old white girl. Ayam.
Yeah.
I'm a really good sleeper.
Yeah. Well, I'll give an example. I'll give you a personal example. Is when I was a teacher, full blown teacher in Indonesia. And again, I taught all different ages, but I remember teaching classes of young women, well, young men and women, but often when you're doing conversational English, obviously one topic is hobbies, right? We'll talk about your hobbies. And one of the things I would do is go around the class, tell me what your hobby is, and explain it to me. For the women, and again, this is not a white woman. These are all Southeast Asian women. What's your hobby? Oh, I like to sleep. And I would say that's not a hobby, right? Oh, I like to eat.
Well, Ayam, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Sleeping Beauty is a prime example, right? She got 7 cocks in her face. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
another one was watching television. I mean, that's not a hobby. Watching television is not a hobby. A hobby is something that's quite interactive. All right, and it's actually
shopping.
Yeah, that's another one. Shopping. Shopping is not a hobby.
I don't want to spend money. I just want to spend money, drink wine, and eat cheese.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So, But go on. We got plenty more to go before
Okay.
we start. We're gonna blow our load before we even get started right
Yeah.
now. So.
Okay, the next one. This is Kate, 26. This looks like a different screenshot. This might be Tinder, maybe. I don't know. Kate, 26. Irish, from Ireland. I'm Ireland. My dog trainer says my dog needs to meet more men. I like red wine, cheese, bread, and hugs. But the best part, I saw this photograph. This profile. The best part is the look on the dog's face. He looks like
Stockholm syndrome.
like I wanted to actually edit this photo. I forgot. I wanted to edit it and put a thought bubble above the dog that says, "Please help me."
Yeah.
Poor fucking dog.
He's graying around his mouth already. Poor thing.
Yeah, he look. The dog's face is like a look of terror. Like, please help me. He's begging for someone to help him.
Guys, please stay. I'm telling you, stay in for the check because it's only gonna get worse as we keep going on.
Yeah, get ready. Get ready. Buckle
Get
in.
ready. Yeah, buckle in, man. So she's Irish. She's from Ireland. So obviously, this puppy fetish is over on the other side of the pond, going by this profile.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, most. It's interesting though. On a side note, that most Western cultures learned how to use dogs as work animals, whereas a lot of the Asian countries didn't. They were just basically food.
But they're comfort animals now.
I know,
For
now
women
it's comfort.
So I know it's my comfort animal. I need him, or else I have anxiety attacks when I go shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're animals for the handicap of the mind. So
Right. Which is let's be real. This is fuck the tranny agenda. Okay, you have two arms, 2 legs. You're capable of holding a full-time job, but you need an animal to go shopping with because you have anxiety attacks.
yeah.
Think about that, right?
All right, the next one, Hannah, 26, must love special needs pugs and pizza. Okay, so now this woman has I don't know which one she is because there's two faces in the profile picture.
Oh, they look the same. Let's be real.
Yeah, they basically look the same.
Big white teeth and fucking flat hair.
Yeah, white teeth,
and
flat hair,
highlights.
and lots of makeup.
Well, Ayam, do you like pizza?
Pizza? What the fuck is that?
Wait, you gotta understand though the whole concept of pizza, right? I don't know what it's like in Canada for you, but what in elementary and middle school was Friday Pizza Day in Canada in school?
I think some places did it on certain
Americans,
days.
shout out to my Americans. Elementary and middle school, Friday Pizza Day. Was it or was it not? Why was Friday Pizza Day? Because Friday was happy day. Happy Friday. Thank God it's the weekend. And pizza means happy. And when you think of pizza, you think of pizza parties when you're a little child, right? Pizza.
Well, now it means you're fucking children, but that's
Right.
that's another topic.
I'll go. Pizza ping pong.
Yeah. So the one thing that stands out to me here is special needs pugs. Special needs pugs. What the fuck is this? Does that mean that she needs this pug because she's retarded?
It's possible. I mean, that's what I was just saying before we even saw this fucking Bumble profile.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next. This one is Ginger. She's not a ginger though. 24, investment banker. Let's see. Do you have the photo with?
She's an investment banker at 24 years old, guys. Think about that. And you wonder why the economy's fucking tanking. Oh, she's kissing the dog. Ayam's kissing.
Another dog kisser, but she's 32, and she's an entrepreneur. What do you think, guys? Swipe right or left?
Right. She's tarded.
All right, here's one. Lauren, 28, marketing manager, looking for a I guess that means a man. Okay, yeah. Looking for a man to look at me the way my dog does when I'm holding food.
And she's kissing the dog
And she's
to
kissing the
just
dog.
and kissing the dog to and you know, I understand the whole collective mentality of women. I get that. I get women are really bad at fucking thinking outside the box. Usually women that think outside the box, they're usually batshit crazy. I mean, look at Angelina Jolie. I love Angelina Jolie. I think she's a really interesting fucking human being and everything. But Angelina Jolie's she's crazy.
She's a
She's nuts,
lunatic,
right?
yeah.
She chopped her tits off. She's fucking crazy. I would love to sit down and chat with her sometime. But again, women that are outside the box are usually crazy. These women on the bell curve are pan dead center. So is this what it is? Is this the collectiveness with the doggy agenda? I couldn't really tell you. I don't know.
Well, again, I think going back to Dave Sim, I think women are starting to confuse themselves with animals, especially if they're looking for a man that wants to look at them like a dog. Very bizarre. That looks like a random. Okay, here's another one. Anne, a nurse, loves Jesus, loves my family. I have the best friends, and I'm a dog mom. She's a dog mom.
Dog mom. Now we're gonna get into the dog mom shit.
So again, confusing animals with people. These women are. There's another picture of a woman kissing a dog. Here we go. Here's a profile picture with 3 women in it. Vanessa, 31. Pictures with babies do nothing for me. The ones with dogs, though. Now, first of all,
That's scary.
Yeah.
This one scared the shit out of me. Because this woman's actually fucking hot, which is really sad to see her fucking do that. I mean, I would impregnate that woman.
Which one is it? There's 3 of them.
The middle one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know. Because I found her pretty hot. This one.
Okay. So she doesn't care about babies, but dogs.
So what is she telling you? So guys are using dogs and babies as fucking clickbait to get women to talk to them, even when it's not their children, nor is it their fucking dog.
Right.
Which is pathetic. Which is downright fucking pathetic as a fucking man. If you're posting vehicles that are not yours, guys, that aren't your children and aren't your fucking animals, you are a fucking loser.
Well, dogs, I guess walking dogs can help you meet women. Like if you're walking dogs, you can meet women.
It does, yeah. That does.
I found when I was living in Victoria, another personal experience on topic here. When I was living in Victoria, British Columbia, I had a pet lizard for a while. It was a bearded dragon. And I used to put it on a leash and put it on my shoulder and walk downtown. And it was incredible how many women you would meet. It was unbelievable. Just by having a fucking lizard on your shoulder. It's absolutely incredible. But anyway, I digress. Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Stephanie, 28. Netflix. Oh, she looks like she's standing in front of like cages. Netflix binging, brunch, traveling, and spending time with positive people are a few of my favorite things. Proud cat mom to my kitten. Again, mom to an animal. Do these women actually believe that is a sort of an attractive sentiment to any man reading the profile?
That's what blows my mind away. That's what are you really gonna find a guy that's gonna be willing to settle down with you and have children if that's what you write on your profile? Profiles mean a lot, and from again what I've spoken to young women about these dating apps, they read guys' profiles. They take them very seriously, and for whatever reason, young women think they can throw whatever the fuck they want up on them and think guys are gonna find it, cute and funny. I mean, stupid isn't cute. It's really not cute. It's just gonna, I'm just gonna treat you like a fucking dog.
Well,
no pun intended.
Well, think about to the listeners, now of the stream. If a woman comes off telling you that she's the mother to an animal, dog mom, cat mom, I mean, would that even be attractive to you? Because that's to me that would be a sign of crazy.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Keep going.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the screen share. Here we are. Next one. Ooh, cat. She's even named after an animal. She's a teacher of children, for the love of God. A teacher of children, and she's dressed like a whore. I don't know which one it is, left or right. I don't know how to tell, because there's two women again. Why do women put other people in their profile pictures? Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Well, it's the girl. Yeah, she was hot. This one. It's the girl on the left. She's got a lot of makeup on, but you trust me, she is fairly attractive. Now, this profile, can you read it again for me, please?
Okay, looking for my future ex-husbands. Giving this a try. If not, will be on MTV's Are You the One? Just the fuck? Oh, Instagram. Okay, that's her Instagram page.
Okay, great. Hold up. Let's pause it there.
Okay.
Before I left for Cambodia, this type of profile was much more popular, where they would say, I'm looking for my future ex-husband. I think women got a huge backlash from guys for stating that, because they've all changed that. This is one of the last throwbacks from what it was like 4 or 5 years ago with dating profiles. They would always find it funny to say that you're going to be my future ex-husband. And I think guys when responding, would say, what the fuck is that shit? Like guys would get mad that, what are you saying, you're going to leave me before I even fucking met you?
Yeah.
They find it, again, they think that's cute and funny. It's not. You're telling me that you're going to call the cops on me, take all my shit and take my children before I even date you.
Yeah. Well, that's the mentality of a woman that age in today's world, in America, in the Western world. That's a very attitude of them. They grow up seeing their mothers shit on their fathers.
Right.
They see it in television. So to them, it's just a game. It's a game of like, okay, which man's life am I going to destroy? I'm ready.
Well, now she's saying that she's dropping her Instagram tag. So what is she, when women do this, and I think most guys know this already. If you don't, you're a fucking moron and don't do this. She's asking you to follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Where the more people that follow her, it's some type of fucking hierarchy, just like it's a baboon logic.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like how guys who strive to have millions of dollars and be the alpha, in their world, it's attention. The more attention she receives, the higher her status is amongst other women. Because women are cackling fucking bumbling morons. And they'll compete and compare on how many followers they have on Instagram. The more followers they have on Instagram, therefore they're much more attractive and wanted by men.
Yeah.
And the more followers she gets on Instagram, the less likely she is to fuck anybody. And this goes back, and now Ayam, me and you disagree on this. I think I may have changed your tune, that Western women are not having sex. They're not. They're garnishing more attention. The more attention they receive, the less likely they are to fuck, because to get my attention, I want my dick in your mouth, right? That's how it was back in the old days. Right. Now, because of social media, because of text messaging,
now they
because
just
of
dick pics in their mouth.
That's it. And we're gonna get into the Venmo later on, and we'll discuss a little bit more of that later on in the stream. But again, don't follow women on Instagram.
Or
don't
Snapchat.
Do it.
Or Snapchat.
Or Snapchat. Don't do any of the above. Right. Go on.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Here we are, Caitlin. Very similar look to the last. A lot of fucking makeup. Let's spend more on our divorce than we do on our wedding. Oh, here's my Instagram. Hit me up. So again, women basically saying, "You're meat to me, and I'll take you for everything you got."
Right.
Okay, next, Sasha. This one woman is 30. Okay, I think those were the two examples you had of like, I'm gonna divorce you before I meet you. Sasha, 30, is an agent of chaos, most likely. If you're looking for basic, keep looking.
Oh, you're not basic with that doggy, right? I thought that one was hysterical. I thought that was a great profile. That she's not basic with that fucking stupid dog. I will drown that dog in a fucking shallow bucket. How do you like that one?
I'll break its neck.
I'll break its neck. And she might get turned on when you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here's Liz, 24. She's an actor.
Ooh,
So-
really contributed to the to Trump's "Make America Great Again" plan.
Now, I'm wondering if she calls herself an actor, does that mean she's actually a man? Or did she just get the gender wrong in the title? Because wouldn't it be actress?
Here we go. We're getting started with the feminist shit. Here we go. What does it say? That she has a lot of opinions?
I have 2 cats and a lot of opinions.
Oh, God. You already know what that means. You're going to light her fucking hair on fire over dinner.
Holy Christ. The last thing a man wants is a woman with opinions. All right, let's just leave it at that. All right, here's Michelle, 23. Oh, she looks Asian. Ooh. Hi, I like food.
We're going to give her a pass because she's Asian.
Should we swipe right on that one, brothers?
That one we're going to give a pass to because she is Asian, but I thought that was hysterical.
Okay, we got Courtney, 24. Must love dogs. That's it. Must love dogs. Oh, who doesn't love dogs?
Everyone does. Ayam, you don't like puppies? By the way, all dogs are puppies in my eyes, okay? Don't call it a dog, it's a puppy.
It's a pupper. It's a pupper. So,
And the dog. She has a dog, too, in the profile. I
yeah,
love
the
it.
dog's there. You can see the dog. The dog's probably like, get me the fuck out of here. Please. You can see the look on his face. Man,
I want to know, would it classify as animal cruelty with a lot of these fucking dogs? You know, South Park made fun of Paris Hilton with Tinkerbell, and listen. So it's South Park. They're making fun of Paris Hilton and Tinkerbell.
Right.
They're in the back of a limousine, Tinkerbell and Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton's on her cell phone talking about absolutely fucking nothing in the cell phone. Tinkerbell goes into Paris Hilton's fucking pocketbook and pulls a gun out and blows his brains out.
Jesus Christ. Well, you know, if you want to get into animal cruelty, that's something we can talk about eventually, I think, as we get into the stream. And I don't want to drop on it yet, but we'll get into that for sure.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's go back to the screen share. Next one. Okay, this one just says Stephanie, 27, and she's holding a dog, a little puppy. And that dog, too, is just a puppy, and it's probably like, please put me back. Take me back to the shelter, please, for the love of God. For the love of dog, take me back to the shelter. Poor dog. All right, here we go.
She got a lot of makeup on. She's not bad looking, that one.
Which, the blonde one with the dog, with the puppy? Yeah.
But she looks like a dog, doesn't she? They look the same. Look at the color of the dog. Look at the makeup. They look like the same fucking person.
Well,
they look the same to me.
Except in her eyes, I see insanity, and in the dog's, I see just like, help me. So, all right, here's the next one. Nikki, 31. Dog mom. Netflix marathoner. There's a lot of that too. Netflix, they put that in there. So they like to just sit.
I like TV.
Yeah, I like to watch TV. That's my hobby. I watch TV. So you sit on your ass and watch, and then
I'm just gonna get fat on the couch eating ice cream, and you bring me resources.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I'm gonna have this dog because I'm its mom. I'm this doggy's mom.
Now, mind you, that now what kind of dog is that?
It looks like some kind of terrier.
They all look like pit bulls to me, to be honest.
I don't think it's a pit bull. It might be mixed because its nose, it doesn't quite look. It might be mixed pit bull. There's some terrier in it. I'm not sure which, but there's some terrier in it for sure. You know, I used to be a dog owner myself. Before I moved to Asia, I used to be a dog owner, so I kind of understand the minds of dogs. And a lot of the ones we see in these pictures look fucking tortured. All right, let's go to the next one here. Oh, Fifi. she's got a dog name, Fifi, and she's an architect. Now these look like bull terriers or mastiffs. Do you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't pit bulls. The one on the left might be a pit bull. The one on the right looks like more bull or mastiff breed. But again, they're terriers.
So they said it's a doggy gangbang.
Doggy gangbang, absolutely, doggy gangbang. And actually, that's kind of what I want to drop later on. Is a lot of these women are probably fucking these dogs. So don't be surprised if it gets into that depravity later. All right, next one. Uh-oh. Son of a gun. Leslie. I'd hit that report button on this photo. She's got her two terriers there.
Hang on, it's got to load for me. Wait. Don't.
All right.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Go Leslie. She looks like such white trash.
I know, just absolute white trash. And again, we will get into some white trash later on. And
now, again, I really want to talk about dog breeds with you, Ayam. I do like dogs. I understand dogs. I have a cousin who's like a dog fanatic, and he knows the ins and outs of them and the different breeds and all this other fucking bullshit. I get an idea. I got a good bird's eye view on the different breeds of dogs. Now, do you know what a pit bull is, Ayam?
Yeah, a pit bull is a terrier. And it's...
Yeah, but what kind of person has a pit bull?
My brother's got a pit bull.
I'm sorry to hear that. Which brother? The brother that I love?
No, different brother.
Okay.
He's got a pit bull, and I hate that fucking dog. I absolutely hate it.
So I'm allowed to talk shit about it.
Yeah,
now?
man, I can't stand the dog.
Okay.
I don't know why. I would never own a pit bull. The dog is not only is it like quite unintelligent and untrainable, but it's very, very, it's hyper protective of its owners to the point where even me being, his brother, if I approach that dog, it'll tear my fucking face off. I don't like them. I don't like those dogs.
Pit bulls are, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to say this, but it's mostly for niggers. It's a nigger dog.
Don't say that word. We're gonna get.
It's the truth.
We're not monetized.
It's a fucking disgusting, fucking dog. Is what a pit. You're white trash. You're
think
trash.
about the name pit.
And I don't mean when I say the word nigger. I'm not referring to black people. I'm really just referring to trash, the lowest common denominator of North American culture.
Well, the chick we're looking at is a white negress. So how about
she
that?
is. Well, she looks like white trash. She should be. She should be in a DMX music video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's the type of person she is. A pit bull is not a nice dog. There's nothing beautiful about a pit bull. And I see these white trash, neck tattoo, the wannabe thug, thinks he's pushing weight, selling fucking dime bags out of his mother's fucking basement, right? Not MGTOW basement. I'm talking a degenerate, a fucking degenerate as a pit bull. It's a disgusting, vile fucking dog. I mean, there are cooler, badass dogs than a pit bull. I happen to like Doberman Pinschers. Even Rottweilers are cooler than a pit bull. A pit bull is a stumpy, retarded, fat slobber piece of shit is what a pit bull is. I hate pit bulls. If you had a Doberman Pinscher, all right, Doberman Pinscher is a badass, long.
They're smart. They're very intelligent dogs. Dobermans are very intelligent.
Looking. Hey, even a Great Dane would just backhand a pit bull, and Great Danes are nasty, nasty fucking dogs. They'll rip you apart. This right here, a pit bull, come on, you're just pure trash.
Yeah, well, pit bulls basically were bred for fighting, so they got a pretty bad history.
Let's tell you a little side note. My aunt, my father's sister, she had a pit bull, and it was apparently, this pit bull was a drug dog. A drug dog is a dog that stands at the door when the cops raid the house, and it mauls police. Right. Yeah. She saved it. She took it in. She raised it. Now my aunt's actually is the crazy cat lady on the street, but she has a wife and has a husband and children, and she's fairly normal in that regard. She just happens to like animals. So I don't throw my aunt in that category because she is still happily married and stuff, and with 4 kids. But she took in this fucking wild animal. Now, this dog, it died. Thank God it fucking died. Wait, the dog's name, you ready for the name? Angel.
Oh, Christ.
So the dog would only be receptive to my uncle and my aunt. Now my uncle, even though the dog belonged to my aunt and she was protective of the dog, was protective of my aunt, my uncle is such a fucking a real masculine nut job that he scared the fucking piss out of the dog, where the dog would never, I'm gonna safely assume that my uncle just beat the shit out of the fucking dog, like, you won't even think about touching me, you know what I mean, like, kind of like that kind of a deal. I mean, my uncle owns a junkyard with ex-cons working in it, so you already know the mentality, right? So my dad wanted to go over and try to pet the dog and meet the dog. I mean, it's my dad's sister, naturally, so he wants to go over his sister's house. So my dad wore one of those huge, they look like big pillows, like when the cops train the dogs on how to, attack humans.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm describing? Those big, like, he's wearing like a huge beanbag on him, right?
Yeah.
So my dad goes into the house wearing this huge, this contraption to try to, get along with the dog. So my dad starts petting it, and my aunt is like, see, Angel, it's so nice. See how nice. And my dad's getting along with the dog. Sure enough, my dad sits down, starts petting it. What does the dog do? It bites my dad's crotch.
Yeah.
So the dog is trained to bite bite a man's fucking dick off.
Yeah. Well, especially if it was used by drug dealers, for sure.
Right. So there you go. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, we've got Skylar, 27. Clean sheets.
Oh, that's the fine girl.
Yeah. Clean sheets, warm chocolate chip cookies, hot tea, and books. Not necessarily in that order. Oh, and dogs. Must love dogs. Casually looking for something serious. So this woman is getting on to 30, and she's standing next to that defiant girl. Where is that statue located?
On Wall Street.
Standing facing the bull. Are they going to tear that statue down?
I think eventually it's supposed to leave. I think they have to take it down for whatever reason. It's causing too much controversy. All the fucking Wall Street guys fucking hate it. So I think the guys have screamed loud enough that they want that thing gone.
And also, maybe the guy was only contracted for a temporary period of time to put it up. I mean,
the guy who designed the bull said that this fucking stupid defiant girl defeats the whole purpose of the bulls. It has nothing to do with men. The bull has nothing to do with men. It's about the market, you fucking dumb bitch, whoever fucking put that there. And I think they put it there on Women's Day.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, we got Michaela. Black and white photo, trying to look cool. She's probably got bad complexion. She's got a dog that's looking at her like, please kill me now. And it says, what the fuck is that? Shoes a symbol for the alt-right? Is paperclip a symbol for the alt-right? What the fuck does that mean? Do you see it yet?
I love it. So the dog's kissing her, and she hates pretty much MGTOW is what she's telling you.
Well, not MGTOW, but the alt-right.
Alt-right, offshoots of fucking...
I mean, what did we talked about with No Wiki about alt-right? You know, like it's a boogeyman.
So she's afraid of the boogeyman and she wants to make out with dogs.
Well, she hates Trump. That's basically
right.
it.
There you go.
That's all you got to say. She hates Trump, and anything associated with Trump is alt-right. So you're evil, bad, goodbye. So I fucked my dog.
And paper clips are alt-right.
All right, looks like we've gone through those first set of profiles.
Wait. We got the feminism ones coming up now.
Oh, these are the feminism ones? Okay, so we got...
Yep. Just got it started.
Even my first graders know to keep their hands to themselves. Holy shit. Really? I mean, we can do videos on female.
Your favorite. Future is female. It's your favorite.
Future is female, yeah. Well, the forest is female too, right?
Now let's rewind. Do you think she's gonna find a guy with that shit as a fucking profile? I'm just saying, what kind of guy is she gonna meet? An androgynous, vegan eating, benches, 2 bagels, and a fucking broomstick?
Well, he's definitely any man that she meets. Like, if he is how you just described, he's not even gonna want to fuck her because he's gonna have no fucking sex drive.
He'd rather speak with Double J.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea who she thinks she's gonna meet. Oh, here's a great one. Okay, we're into the feminist mix here now, guys. So we're gonna see a few profiles that are blatantly feminist. Ask me about my feminist agenda type bullshit. Here's Lizette, 26. Look at her shirt. Pussy power. Uplifting and inspiring for women to be sexy, strong, beautiful, and comfortable with her femininity and something. Now, it's always empowering as a woman to try to fight objectification of women and the sexualization of women by wearing a very tight shirt with writing all over your tits. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful move. No woman would be sexualized in that shirt. All right. So here's her profile, Nick. Great cook. Oh, there you go. Good. She's a cook.
Well, she's fat, so she obviously knows her way around a frying pan.
Yeah. Didn't vote for Trump. Oh, shit. Hope you didn't vote for Trump. Super witty with awesome taste in everything. My nickname is Gillette because I'm the best a man can get. Also,
that's cute. That's funny.
Also, I'll cut you.
Okay, that's not funny.
Dog obsessed. Wow.
Wait, what's the last thing say?
Oh yeah, didn't vote for Trump.
just a reminder.
Yeah.
If you Trump fans, you better have voted for Hillary.
Mm-hmm. Well, but my question is these women, these feminist women horrible women who will not date you if you voted for Trump. Like, what if you voted? Did you have to vote for Hillary or just anybody but Trump?
I think anybody but Trump. Okay. And again, what does she know at 26? I was still politically retarded at 26.
She doesn't know anything, man.
You know, yeah.
No. Okay, what's
And
this
she'll
one?
cut.
Nick, you there?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this one?
I don't know. I don't see it yet. It hasn't popped up yet.
All right, so here we have 4 nasty women showing their tits, sticking their tongues out, grimacing, and they're holding up.
Oh, read the sign. You gotta read the sign.
And the sign says "Stand with Planned Parenthood." Unfucking believable. Wow. Sodom and Gomorrah, my friend. Tower of Babel.
And let's be real, all 4 of them are making the most atrocious faces.
Yeah, they're trying to look as disgusting as possible
Right.
while they're trying to sexualize themselves.
Right. So I'll have an abortion and look like a pile of shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I see a dog in that picture. Is that a dog up front?
No, that looks like a purse.
It's a dog. It's a purse, but a dog purse.
Yeah, like a dog purse, yeah.
There you go.
Jesus. Okay, where are we now, man?
I gotta wait for it to load.
Jesus, 47. I can't see the picture, but it says queer, kinky, polygender, fluid, dominant, top. Okay, we're getting into the fucking bizarre shit here.
Jordan Peterson has to decode this for us.
Yeah. We don't speak this language. We have no idea what this actually means. Queer, kinky, polygender, fluid, dominant, top. It's a tongue twister. Number 1, you don't fuck me, I fuck you. Yes, that means what you think it means. I prefer people who present androgynous to feminine and are not super tall, regardless of gender. That means if you're a chisit dude who looks traditionally masculine, I will not respond. Especially if you have facial hair that you're not willing to shave off, unless you're a heavy masochist, in which case, deaf. What the fuck does that mean? Deaf HMU.
Don't know.
I don't speak this language, man.
Yep, me neither.
I prefer people
I
tend
don't
to.
know. She's 47, mind you. It's not like some fucking 18-year-old's writing this profile.
And I'm trying to. I can't see the picture. There's no picture. You didn't have the picture there. It's just a. I didn't even know if it was a woman. The name is Jesus. Is it a woman or a man? I don't fucking know. All right, we got Sally, 40, single gal, and 2 adorable Siamese cats seek company for podcast listening, binge drinking, and hanging in our backyard. Human is ex-Jew with 0 tattoos. Cats are serious intellectuals with advanced degrees. We love art stuff, Sichuan food, and smart talk. No late night meetups, hookups. We're looking for true love. The Ghostface pick is from 2006. Others are more recent but enhanced with filters. No sports fans, GOT or tobacco. Oh, Game of Thrones. I got that. I know that now. 420 okay, body type thick, 5'3". Now, okay, Nick, if we're getting into these profiles of what I find interesting is these profiles of women, of these I don't know, what do you call it? Androgynous, gender non-specific, these type of people.
Yeah, I mean, these are profiles that are in Manhattan. I mean, a lot, like, guys, I mean, obviously the statistics that the statistic and analytical aspect of these fucking profiles is I work in New York City, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at ground zero for this shit, so, I'm going to digress here for a fucking moment here.
That's okay.
Is that the Brooklyn, New York City, this is the mecca for women between the ages of 18 and 30, right? They are being bled dry in finances through their rent. I mean, they're paying upwards of $2,500 to $3,000 for a very small living space.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid very well, these young women. They get paid very well. And this brings into the capitalistic argument, where they're, I am a capitalist. I believe in capitalism, but I believe in a very strong union base to counter the negative aspects of capitalism. And These young women don't know how to negotiate for a salary. They don't understand where they're going to be in another 10, 15, 20 years. When you spend your best years, your prime to go and find a guy to settle down with on living in New York City in a 400 square foot apartment, spending $2,500, it's not going to be good. Now, this ties back into the earlier story I had about the hoarder. The hoarder that I was hooking up with, her job, her career was that of a flight attendant. Okay, and if you look at some of these profiles, a lot of them happen to be flight attendants. Again, jobs that require good-looking women.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a marketing analyst for Bloomingdale's is gonna be a hot fucking 26-year-old because she knows what's selling for the 16, 17, 18-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Well, capitalism doesn't give a fuck about that. Capitalism wants really hot fucking fertile women. I mean, if I'm a CEO of a business, I want hordes of really nice looking women around me. And mind you, CEOs are still fucking men because shareholders want men as their CE fucking O's. Because the shareholders know if you put a woman as a CEO, you're gonna lose fucking money, right? So regardless of how much you want to push women into higher offices and higher powers, the men with the most money will never, ever, ever tolerate a woman as a fucking head of a fucking corporation because she has to answer to the shareholders. And you put a fucking woman as a CEO that's controlling my fucking money in the direction of the business, get the fuck out of here. It's never gonna fucking happen, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is these young, beautiful women, they get old, right? Let's be real. Ayam, how many flights have you been on in your life? How many? 20?
I can't even count, man. I can't even count.
Let's be real. How many 50-year-old flight attendants have you seen?
How many what?
50-year-old flight attendants have you seen?
None. There's none.
I'm just laughing at it. Exactly. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. That these young women don't understand that, you know what? When you're old and not that fertile and your ass is fucking, you got secretary spread. You know what secretary spread is, Ayam?
Mm-hmm.
What's secretary spread?
No. What is it? What is it?
Oh, well, that's a secretary spread is when because you sit in a fucking seat all day long, your ass just gets fucking wider.
Oh, okay.
That's secretary spread, right? You're not hot anymore. You know what's going to happen? The corporations are going to find an indirect way of letting you go, regardless if you have children or families, okay? So these women that live in Brooklyn and Manhattan don't seem to realize that when you're 30, 31, 32, you know what? The managing director doesn't really want to look at your fucking flabby secretary spread ass anymore. I mean, you got the dimples in it now, right? Your thighs are rubbing together. The tits aren't that good anymore. Your perfume kind of stinks and smells cheap now. You're fired.
Yeah.
We're going to reduce your hours and get you and eventually kind of just kick you the fuck out.
Yeah.
And the question is with these young women living in Manhattan is where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? You don't have a husband. You don't have children. Your parents are dead. Right? Now this ties back in, I'm sorry, let me go back into what I'm trying to say is that the hoarder that I was hooking up with was a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Up until she got married. And then her husband decided to smoke crack because she doesn't know how to pick a fucking husband. Right? And she obviously, she traveled the world. I mean, if we can see in all these fucking pictures and shit, is that, she just fell apart. Took up real estate at one point or another. I mean, real estate, again, you have to work under your own volition. She just didn't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
So, this is what's going to happen with these young women. And also, they're spending so much money going out partying. They're going out spending $30 on a cocktail trying to find a Wall Street banker. It just doesn't happen for the vast majority of these women. So the big question is, what will happen to these women when they hit 35, 36, 37? In their mid-30s, they'll still get on. They'll still be able to truck along and stuff, but they're obviously not saving any money. They're not saving anything. They're blowing it all, going out drinking and partying, thinking they're going to find a Wall Street banker.
Yeah.
But they don't have any. They have nothing in their war chest. So.
All right. Do you want to go? What I'm thinking I want to do is go to that article. Right. The one about the dogs.
Which one? There's so many.
Okay. I wanted to go to. Hold on. Let me find this here. Because I think I need to bust this out right here before we continue with the profiles. There is an article, guys, and I'll do the share screen and we'll put the article up, and I'll kind of just peruse it, and it might give us a little bit of insight into what we are discussing when we go over these profiles. So here we go. All right, the article is by the New York Post, and it's titled "More Young Women Are Choosing Dogs Over Motherhood." So let's see what the article has to say. America's next generation of youngsters should be called Generation Rex. I fucking love that opening line. If you're wondering why playgrounds around the city are so quiet and dog runs are packed, a new report has an answer. More and more U.S. women are foregoing motherhood and getting their maternal kicks by owning handbag-sized canines. Data from the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, and Prevention show that a big drop in the number of babies born to women ages 15 to 29 corresponds with a huge increase in the number of tiny pooches owned by young U.S. women, reports the business news site Quartz. I wonder if they breastfeed these fucking dogs. Dog-crazy New York ladies told the Post that they aren't surprised by the findings and that they happily gave up diaper changes, temper tantrums, and college funds for the easy affection of their doggy child. I'd rather have a dog over a kid, declared Sarah Foster, 30, a Chelsea equities trader who says her French bulldog, Maddie, brings her more joy than a child. It's just less work. Oh shit, hold on, I'm getting ads coming up here. I'm going to mute the site. It's just less work, and honestly, I have more time to go out. You don't have to get a babysitter. That's interesting. These you can't just leave dogs alone for extended periods of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are they doing this? Are they going out to find men and leaving their dogs to shit all over their fucking floors? I don't know.
No, they're not. They'll go out partying and drinking and stuff. I have an aunt. That loves dogs. Another aunt, unfortunately, and she didn't have children. And I remember asking my mom at a very young age. I go, why doesn't my aunt so and so have children of her own? And I was fairly young. I didn't really understand why not. And, you're young. You don't really know any better. Mm-hmm. And my mother said is that your aunt is so selfish that she knows she'll make a really fucking shitty mom. That's what my mom told me.
Well, so continuing with the article then, the federal data behind the report show that over the past 7 years, the number of live births per 1,000 women between age 15 and 29 in America has plunged 9%. 9% doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consider who's replacing them, yeah. At the same time,
dog?
Well, the dogs have replaced their children, but someone's got to replace the population, and it ain't the white women.
No, it's
Hispanic women. It's Hispanic women and Muslims. So there you go, and Asians. So
yeah. Well, actually, no. With the Asians, you'd be. I thought that too until I started my new job, and the Asians are not. The Asians are right behind white women, and what's happening with the Asians is they're working themselves to fucking death to support their fucking parents.
Not the Chinese.
Chinese are dying off.
Yeah,
the Chinese,
not the Korean.
Eastern Hemisphere.
Exactly.
They're dying off in North America, unfortunately. I just moved a 27-year-old, very attractive Chinese girl into my building, and I don't think she has a boyfriend. She works 70 hours a week to support her mother because her father fell on a curb or some shit, or fell off a ladder and had an aneurysm and died. Really sad story. I feel really bad for her. But guess what? She doesn't have fancy shit. And she bought her fucking condo outright in cash, working her ass off. I mean, I fucking applaud her. And she's not a bitch. She's actually a really nice person. I hope she fucking comes to my office again soon.
Well,
But,
I'll tell you though that when I mean Asian, I mean Southeast Asian. They reproduce like rabbits.
oh yeah, well, Indonesia and Vietnam, forget about it.
Yeah, but if you're talking Chinese, Korean, and Japanese,
No, they're done.
they're
Japanese,
done.
they're dying.
They're
Yeah,
dying.
they're done.
They're done.
Hispanics are reproducing. And again, why are the Hispanics reproducing? Because they don't give a fuck about a BMW. They don't give a fuck about a Michael Kors.
Or a
Gucci
dog.
bag. Or dogs. Hey, and even black women. You think black women give a flying fuck about a dog? Hell no, they don't like dogs. And, and also any woman who had some type of normal family upbringing, they will like dogs, but not to the point what we're seeing tonight on this live stream. And this, getting into this, I was showing these screenshot profiles to a woman from Brazil a week or two ago. And she was getting mad about my whole MGTOW channel. She was getting, she says, why do you have such hatred towards the opposite sex? Like what has happened to you? And obviously she knew me prior to doing this MGTOW channel. I go, no, I'm just doing these live streams. I'm pointing out obvious shit. And I showed her these screenshots. I go, can you explain this to me? And she told me that a lot of these women that we're witnessing here tonight come from broken homes. They are part of the boob tube generation. Boob tube generation meaning that they grew up in front of a TV, right? They got indoctrinated through television. Obviously, Paris Hilton would be a prime example of being indoctrinated through the TV. And they were unable to form personalities of their own, right? And this ties into Esther Villa saying that, the father's the more creative, has more imagination for the children in the family, right? Mm-hmm. The single mothers don't have an imagination. Again, they're just there. They can't really play or get along with the children. They'll have some type of little snippets and some type of cute little nonsensical bullshit they have with their, babies and, children in their childhood. But it's usually the guy that really kind of promotes some type of ingenuity to, come up with some type of personality. I mean, if you meet young women that grew up around brothers, mm-hmm. those women turn out to be fairly cool to hang out with. Why? Because they grew up around guys. Now, if you have a young woman who was a single child in a normal upbringing, she's daddy's little princess, right? Yeah. She's the only child. And she can do nothing wrong. She can be doing heroin right in front of her mother. Oh, that's so nice. It's so sweet. Let me get the alcohol swab for you.
That's crazy, man. But it's also, I don't know. Again, a lot of this stuff is pretty non-surprising to me. I noticed that Mr. Dudes in the comments mentioned that this was an eye-opening stream for him. So he said this live show was eye-opening. So maybe a lot of people don't see about this stuff very often. But it gets crazier. It gets absolutely crazier when it comes to these.
Yeah, you want to do a commercial?
Yeah, we'll go to a commercial break and we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Talk to you in a bit.
Ever since Linda started working, our kids are home alone.
We tried hiring a nanny, but she wanted health insurance.
Yeah, right. That's when we got Domestobot. He's great with the kids.
Mrs. Lawrence, Tommy has some skin magazines under the bed.
And he helps us, too.
Would you like your drink freshened?
He's a great conversation piece at our special parties.
Please put your car keys in the hat and the fun will begin.
It's like having a personalized alarm clock.
I brought you a drink.
Ah, it's 8 in the morning.
I made it a double.
Oh, Domestabot!
Domestabot. He's 3 foot high. He only says 10 phrases. He's the friend you've always dreamed of. Order Domestabot today.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez. I think by now you know I am an emotional kind of guy. People stop me in the street and say, Fernando, what the hell is wrong with me? Silk shirt, hairy chest, enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still cannot get a woman. I tell them you are an ignorant fool. Without a symbol of power and fertility around your neck, what kind of woman is going to respect you? That is why I have teamed up with Medallion Man, the shop for medallion needs. Medallion Man caters to all levels of masculinity. For the strong, silent type, a medallion the size of a hubcap will say everything that needs to be said. Even singing medallions for the Casanova, who knows music is the food of love. Model trains, dollhouses, diapers, whatever your interest, we've got a medallion for you. Don't forget, every woman knows if you can't support a medallion, you can't support a family.
Oh, Grandpa.
I made tinkles again.
If you've got old people cluttering up your home, why not send them to Musty Pines? We'll help bring back dignity, and we promise it will be the best 3 months of their lives. They'll enjoy bingo, complaining, mumbling incoherently, skinny dipping, and organ donation. And once a month, it's our famous Lucky Dip medication switching night. Musty Pines is located at a luxurious location overlooking Vice City's state-of-the-art sanitation facilities. You can still visit your old people, but now you have the comfort of knowing you don't have to. After they pass on to something better, guaranteed in 3 months or less, you can start enjoying their money. Finally, you can have quality family time again. Musty Pines. Now, you don't have to say goodbye. Drive-through service also available.
Hands off the wheel and touch the stereo. Do you feel the power? Ah, yes, friend, there's a lot of evil in the world, but there is also light. And I have been sent to shine a light on all degenerates, philanderers, liberals, and other evildoers, and expose them for what they really are. Don't waste your money on unnecessary and corrupting material possessions. Give it to me. There's only one thing that will save you, a highly fortified structure in the shape of the most powerful thing on the planet, me. Degenerates will ruin this great city. In my wonderful book, I tell of the impending disaster about to befall this planet. Nuclear holocaust, plagues of flying rodents, the seas rising up and turning yellow. It is coming. It is written by me, but you can save yourself. Contribute to the Pastor Richard Salvation Statue Fund. Pick up your telephone. Call now. 1-866-9-SAVE-ME.
The science of evolution has uncovered many of life's mysteries, like tadpoles or the pyramids. But the mystery of the armpit remains. What's it for? Why is it hairy? And why do men have nipples? But one thing is for certain. The armpit smells bad. Luckily, there's Pit Balm. It's like napalm for your skin or Agent Orange on your sweat glands. Pit Balm stops unwanted bodily functions in their tracks. It's as effective as sending GIs into a peasant village. When you're fighting the war against personal hygiene, bring out the heavy artillery.
All right, we're back, guys. Thanks for staying tuned in. I just want to continue a little bit with that article that I was reading there, because there was some stuff here that kind of blew my mind. All right, so at the end of the article, women are not only having fewer children, but are also getting married later. There are more single and unmarried women in their late 20s and 30s, which also happens to be the demographic that buys the most small dogs. So single unmarried women in their 20s and 30s, exactly as we showed you on those profiles, those Bumble and Tinder profiles, they're the ones buying dogs. Now, of course, it's not all small dogs. Some of them have larger canines, but asked if he thought the drop in baby births and the rise in puppy ownership was a coincidence, or if women these days were really making dogs their little bundles of joy, Shore said there's definitely some replacement happening here. Now, in the article, I'm not sharing the screen at the moment, but in the article, there is a picture of a dog seated at a table with a birthday cake and a candle in it. So some 20 to 30-year-old thought is giving her dog a birthday. Okay? I've been a dog owner. I was a dog owner for many, many years. I never once fucking had a birthday for it. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, how this all transpired was not just the hoarder that I was hooking up with. I forgot where I was, but I saw a woman on the train, not Snapchatting, but either Skype or WhatsApp or something. She was speaking to her dog.
Oh.
Video FaceTiming her dog. And that was really just like, that kind of blew my mind and took the rosy red glasses off of me when I first witnessed that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. This has kind of been eye-opening to me too, so. All right, here, Mary Smith, 25 of Murray Hill, said her 6-month-old French bulldog, Tolliver, brings her as much joy as a baby would. Of course, she doesn't know this because she's never had a baby. But, hey, it's better to assume, right? Dogs are better. Look at Tolliver. He's great, except he snores a lot. He even has his own Instagram, Smith said during a walk with the pooch. Wait, the dog has its own Instagram.
Oh, so it ties right in with Turd-Flinging Monkey with the Pirelli tire.
Yeah. Turd-Flinging Monkey sex doll has its
now,
own
is the
Instagram.
Article up right now? Because I can't see it.
No, it's not up. I can put it up.
Why don't you throw up those two pictures I have, the intro 1, intro 2 pictures?
Okay.
With the let our listeners view these two photos. The one in the baby carriage and the one with the pacifier in its mouth.
Okay, hold on a second here. Okay.
Give you a little sampling, boys. And I really do hope there are women that'll eventually listen to this stream. That maybe, hopefully, this will sink some fucking sense into their heads. Now, I have one older friend who's he's about 54, 55, and he has 2 young daughters. And I told him recently, I go, listen, man, out of someone that cares about you as a friend, even though I, could be your son, you're 30 years older than me. Don't let your daughters have dogs. And he responded real quick. He goes, oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I gotta get the dogs away from my daughters. I go, yes. I'm happy to know you're aware of it. He goes, yeah, I'm fully aware of it. I want grandkids, and I'm pulling the dogs away from my daughters.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yep.
Well, I'm showing on the picture now, there's 2 dogs in a fucking baby carriage. And then...
Oh, baby.
Their baby. And then here's one with a soother in its fucking mouth. All right, lady. These are the women that you're going to be faced against in this part of the world.
So how do you compete? Now the big question is, how do you compete with this? And this goes back to the last live stream I had with you last week, where I got a girl's number, a girl that I found really attractive and I really wanted to have sex with. Mm-hmm. And obviously the conversation was not going anywhere. And Ayam, you know me, I love to talk. I'm a talkable person. I enjoy getting to know people. I like listening to people's stories. I find people in general fascinating for many different reasons. And the conversation was going, sour, right?
Yeah.
And I soon realized, I go, this girl does not really want to talk to anybody or anything. And I dropped the question, do you have a dog? And without even sending a text message back, she sent a photo of 2 fucking pit bulls. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow. You can't compete with that.
29 years old and already divorced and no kids. Done. She's fucking done.
Done. Yeah. Just send her off to the fucking salt mines.
I would just say execute her, because she's just fucking a waste of fucking space.
Process her, turn her into Soylent Green.
That was great. Processed human meat.
Thought meat. Processed thought meat. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see that in the grocery stores in 100 years.
What's some of the other? Get into the. You want to get into deity? You want to keep rolling with the other photos?
Let's get into deity. I'm going to go over a little bit of what you were mentioning in the document you sent me. Now, okay, guys, let's explain. We've kind of finished with the regular profiles of dogs. Okay, but we will come back to that to a certain degree later. And we're going to get into what Nick coined as deities. Explain what that means, Nick.
Well, deity is Instagramming, what is it? Sipping champagne on the beach, Instagramming what she eats. You see that you just can't afford her, guys. You can't provide the lifestyle that she deserves. She deserves an Audi. She deserves trips to Dubai, trips to Santorini, which we will get into, the pilgrimage to Santorini, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just nothing, okay? She lives in Manhattan. She lives in Brooklyn. She lives in L.A., San Francisco. I mean, can you provide her a condo in San Francisco, boys? She's entitled to it, okay? Because she's hot. Now, what Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and just simple text messaging, SMS if you lived in Asia, what it has done is elevated Mary Jane across the street. She's on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 5, a 6. Maybe she's got really big tits, but she's got a bit of an audible face. Audible. AM, you know what audible means, right?
Yeah.
Right? A little bit of an audible face, something's a little bit off about her physical appearance, but she got big tits, right? So what that's done is elevated her to a 10. The girl, Susie Q, Mary Jane across the street with the audible face, with big set of tits, slightly retarded with a lisp, it's elevated her to that of an Instagram model.
Yeah.
And she wants you to give her money for just simply being alive.
Just having a cunt, basically.
Just having a cunt.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you want my attention, send me $5 so I can go to Starbucks.
Yeah. And take a picture.
Now, we can break this, I feel like writing this down as I go along. Let's sum up what the average white girl really is. Okay, let's go. We got Starbucks, right, AM? Starbucks?
Yep. Starbucks, definitely.
Okay. What else? Doggy. Dog. Okay,
now,
what else?
Well,
Audi,
but let's get into clothes too. I mean, you were mentioning how for a woman, I want to go into this too. Is like for a woman, and you wrote this. For a woman, why do you think that women have such extensive wardrobes compared to men?
Well, she's competing with other women.
Okay. She's competing with other women, but more than that, the clothes identify her personality.
Yes.
So a woman needs an entire wardrobe because she needs something that can allow her to represent the different personalities she has.
Now, this goes in now. I just on a side note, I want AM, please make a note of this. Do you have a pen and paper in front of you by any chance?
I can type it in right now. What's that?
Okay, type it in. And to all the listeners, look up the song by the Talking Heads called Seen But Not Seen. The song is about how it's actually about a man who reads magazines, books, watches certain television shows, and he likes certain things that he sees on these television shows, in the books he reads in the magazines, and if he believes that if he starts speaking like what he sees on TV and in books and in magazines, if he starts dressing like those individuals that he sees, if he takes on the persona and starts to emulate those which he likes, he will become that individual.
Yeah.
And in his mind, and in the back of his mind, he is that person. But in reality, he's unaware that he actually is not. And that is what's happening with a lot of these young women. Again, this goes back to the Paris Hilton complex.
Mm-hmm. Well, you wrote that when she changes her clothes, it changes her personality. When she's wearing tacky Michael Kors, she's it says she's an Instagram diva. Okay. When the decorum collapses, so does the culture. Men with class and decorum will fall to wayside in a collective self-genocide, and the overpriced second-hand female follows suit. If she dresses modestly, she will attract a modest man. If she dresses like a ghetto prostitute, she will attract the pimp.
Right. And you know, just on a side note, I know there's a huge fear with white guys that white women are fucking niggers. You gotta understand something. If she's sleeping with a black guy, that's who she is mentally. You are who you fuck. I learned that in Cambodia with guys, a lot of the sex pats, and they taught me you are with what you sleep with, right?
Yeah.
So if she's sleeping with a degenerate white trash or a black dude that's speaking some type of jungle jive, and he's just a fucking jungle bunny, right? That's what she is. That's not you. That's not your fault. That's the type of person that she is. Go on. Keep reading. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. So basically, what's happening here is, again, I wanted to make a point about men's decor versus women's, and we're getting into the Instagram divas. We will get into that. And you cannot be an Instagram diva, or sorry, what did you call it? God,
the deity.
Deity, right?
She's your goddess. You want to worship the throne which she sits on.
Mm-hmm. You can't. You have to dress the part. You have to address the part, which is again why women have such an extensive wardrobe. Why do you think women have 20 pairs of shoes if they can? If they can. Why do you think they have a wardrobe that, if they could, would take up an entire floor of a regular house? Because they need it to fit the personalities that is contained within them. Again, she can dress modest for the modest man. She can dress like a whore for the pimp. She can dress like the Instagram diva. It's all at her fingertips. And if you compare that to men have clothes for home and for work. And that's pretty much it. Men will also have an attire for wanting to look good in public, but for the most part, that is not too different from the rest of the attire. So,
all right, wait. So let's stop. I want to just break down the banalness. Is it banal? I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. What's the word?
Banality.
But let's break down the banality. Okay, we got Starbucks, right? AM. We got Dog. Mm-hmm. We got Audi/Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm.
Or a 3 Series BMW, not even a 5 Series, because they're fucking cheap and they're retarded, these women. We got Michael Kors, which is the current fad right now. And mind you, guys, I coming from New York, and I know Luke wants to fucking rip into me because somehow I'm blue-pilled coming from New York. No, I'm educated in New York. We like our public education system here, okay?
Yeah.
All right, we venture further than just fucking Molyneux talking points, okay, and little factoids about Molyneux.
Yeah.
So, 3 Series. We got Michael Kors. What else? It used to be Coach. Coach is out now. Tiffany's. Breakfast at Tiffany's while we're at it. And mind you, what the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's is about a woman, a high-class prostitute, trying to find a guy that takes care of her. So when you see a young woman prancing around with pictures of Audrey Hepburn, mind you, what is she adulating and adoring? A fucking hooker, a prostitute, okay? So we got Starbucks, Dog, Audi, Volkswagen, 3 Series, BMW. Even though 3 Series BMW is a piece of fucking dog shit, Michael Kors is a very tacky dog shit brand. I wouldn't even piss on Michael Kors. Okay,
yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. What else? What else can we throw in? Pizza. Dead.
Pizza, dogs. Mums. They're mums to the dogs. They gotta be mums.
Mums to the dogs, right? What else? What other stupid trivial nonsense is she fucking spewing right now?
Sleeping.
Sleeping,
sleep.
bed, sleeping. We can throw, food,
Food.
travel, travel. What's her occupation? HR.
Yep.
HR is always her occupation, and music. Well,
Music.
how about, do you know Am? Do you know anything about Drake?
No.
Do you ever heard of Drake before?
I think so.
Well, Drake is a Jew. He's a black Jew, and he's pushing a narrative that I know you and I and most MGTOW would not fucking like.
I didn't even know blacks could be Jews, but then I saw Dave Chappelle, and then I realized, yes, they can. Dave Chappelle show.
So a lot of the trivial fucking nonsense right here. I mean, you kind of just break it down. SUV, Audi, dog, Starbucks. Gotta have Starbucks. Gotta have a dog.
Your bed.
Gotta have,
your bed and pizza.
Yeah, and a bed. Right, and you pay for it all.
Yeah.
Now, before I would like to get any further, let me sip my beer. Am, do you mind if I read a little bit of the lyrics of Seen and Not Seen? I think you might like it.
Yeah, go ahead. Definitely.
Okay. He would see faces in movies, on TV, and in magazines and in books. He thought that some of these faces might be right for him. And through the years, by keeping an ideal facial structure fixed in his mind or somewhat in the back of his mind, that he might, by force of will, cause his face to approach those of his ideal. The change would be very subtle. It might take 10 years or so. Gradually, his face would change its shape. A more hooked nose, wider, thinner lips, beady eyes, a larger forehead. He imagined that this was an ability he shared with most other people. They had also molded their faces according to some ideal. Maybe they imagined that their new face would be better, suit their personality, or maybe they imagined that their personality would be forced to change to fit the new appearance. This is why first impressions are often correct. Although some people might have made a mistake, they may have arrived at an appearance that bears no relationship to them. They may have picked an ideal appearance based on some childish whim or a momentary impulse. Some may have gotten halfway there and then changed their minds. He wonders if he too might have made a similar mistake. That is the Talking Heads, Seen and Not Seen. Fucking brilliant. How amazing is that?
Well, that's great.
That was good. That's better than I expected.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to that song a few times.
It's a good song to fucking smoke weed to. I advise burning one down to that.
Okay. All right. So should I get into the
deity? Go for it, my friend.
All right. So we'll get into the deities here. Here we go. So here's the first profile picture of the deities, and again, remember the deities are the Instagram whores who are looking for money, attention of money. Here's Roya, 27, NYU School of Law. She's sitting on an Audi with a bouquet of roses behind her, I think.
I don't know, but there's palm trees.
There's palm trees. So what is it, L.A.?
She's better than you. Can you provide a palm tree and an Audi?
Now, what about... Now, is that her Audi?
No, of course not. You think she can afford that thing? No. And Audis are not that great of a car. It's a Volkswagen with fucking lug washers. I mean, that's really what an Audi is.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. A lot of these cool brands, a lot of these really badass fucking brands have taken on again, I don't want to fucking say nigger again. I really don't. But this fucking trash mentality. An Audi in the past used to mean a nice, luxury, high-end, intellectual, white-collar look to it. It was a badass fucking car. Well, guess what? The drug dealer selling fucking heroin down the street now has an Audi, and every other fucking numbskull is leasing Audis now. So the pizzazz, the coolness of owning an Audi is gone because a lot of fucking morons drive Audis now. I don't know what it's like in Canada, but in the United States, the car you drive says a lot about the person in the car. Is that kind of the same way in Canada?
Absolutely. I mean, it depends on where you are in Canada, but I mean, I'm not in such a metropolitan type area. Where I am in Canada, you see a lot of pickup trucks.
Your car's covered in native blood from when you're drinking. You fucking plow through them.
That's right. Absolutely. And it's a lot. There's a lot of pickup trucks, man, because there's a lot of farmers. So.
Well, you have no choice. It's kind of more of a work utility where you live. You can't be driving an Audi where you live because that thing will just get wrecked from the environment.
Yeah, it'll get destroyed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the next one we've got here is a picture of this woman again with wine.
Ooh.
Glass of wine.
She's at a winery, AM.
Is that a wine? Do you think that's a winery?
Oh, totally.
Probably. California?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
look, maybe. It's got, slate and concrete and pillars. So she's obviously like a Roman goddess is what she's trying to say. Look, she's grabbing her hair. She's got a nice tan, so she looks Italian to me, right? And so she's just better than you. Can you take her to a winery, AM? In the Hamptons, perhaps?
I wouldn't. Okay.
As Sleeping Elephant puts it, wine and dogs.
Wine and dogs. Okay, here's this woman posing. Here's your deity.
Now this one I actually got this one at the last moment. This one thinks she's a fucking model.
Yes.
Literally
the pose
thinks she's
is
a
obvious.
Model.
Yeah.
They all think they're models.
Yes,
they all think they're models. And what's so funny is that even the most average looking fucking female is a one that thinks she's a fucking model, where the really hot ones don't actually think they're fucking models at all. They may take on their persona like they're models, but they actually have jobs, the ones that are really hot. And it's the middle runt fucking the runt of the litter of these fucking women think they're actual models. This woman is not attractive at all. I do not find her attractive. What kind of curves does she have? If this thing got knocked up just once, her whole body's fucking gone. It's shot. She's done. She's got no tits. She's got wide hips. She's gonna be shaped like a fucking mango.
What the fuck is that thing in her neck? Is she like a half? Is she like a half a robot? Like, what the fuck is that, man? Jesus Christ! I know. It's like, what is that? Like, it looks like it's some kind of like mechanical implant in her neck. What the fuck is that?
Look at her body, bro. She's covered in makeup and she has no curves.
Yeah. All right, here's another one. And this one is on a beach somewhere, so that could be fucking anywhere.
Well, again, this is the travel. I don't know if in the previous profiles we looked at is that they all want to travel. Even regardless of the doggy, if I were to look at, I would say 90% of the profiles I witnessed, they all say, I want to travel. Well, what does that mean? You pay. Can you pay for my traveling expenses?
Of course.
Right. Now let's back up. Let's go back to the traveling thing. Okay. Hey,
mm-hmm.
you and I traveled extensively. Okay. Mm-hmm. We've had more warm breakfasts than these women have been, to countries, right?
Right.
And if I'm going traveling, what do you want to do when you travel, AM?
When I travel, I just like meeting new people and seeing new places, pretty much.
Okay, but let's go to AM when he was 28. What did you want to do? Not old.
Well, I mean, I still like that. I mean, women, of course, are there. Women, of course, are there.
I still like that.
I mean, obviously, women are a part of it, but I mean, that's to me, that's a bonus. That's just a bonus. That's just kind of an icing
Well,
on the cake.
I want to get laid, and you know what? I really want to do is not lay on a beach. I want to see where men have been martyrs to women's fucking insanity.
Yeah.
So I want to go to some historical shit. Am I right? I want to see Normandy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to go to the Dardanelles at Gallipoli in Turkey and
Well,
fucking
that's-
stick my hand into the ground and pick up fucking bombshells and shit.
Well, you know, when I was in Indonesia, one place I was looking at going to was the Marshall Islands.
It's awesome.
And that's, you know how much it would have cost me to fly to the Marshall Islands, which is not that far away from Indonesia? $6 grand. $6 fucking grand. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait to do this shit. But that's where they've dropped the first atomic bomb, man, Bikini Atoll. That's why I wanted to go there. And I still
to go
will.
to Bikini Atoll, it costs fucking $6 grand.
$6 grand, man.
Nah.
I'm not kidding.
You can scuba dive the USS Saratoga.
Mm.
It's only 100 feet down.
I know.
It's the only It's one of the biggest aircraft carriers. First of all, the USS Saratoga was the biggest aircraft carrier of World War II. Okay, and you can scuba dive it.
Nice.
Pretty
man.
awesome.
That would be.
I know.
Well, that's
it. It costs $6 grand to go and see it.
That's definitely on my list of destinations in the future. I'm definitely going to go there. I'm going to go to the Marshall Islands for sure.
Look up the USS Saratoga. It's 888 feet long, and it was the largest aircraft carrier of World War II. It's not the largest as far as tonnage goes, because the Japanese hold that record as far as tonnage, but as far as length goes, the USS Saratoga holds that record.
Nice. All right, let's go to the next. We got now we have a picture of a woman holding up a receipt for Louis Vuitton.
Oh.
Now, why do you suppose she's holding this up?
Well, again, can you afford her? Can you buy her that?
What the fuck is it? Earrings, bracelet.
It's a bill.
A bill for clothing? Is it clothing?
I think it's jewelry and shit.
Jewelry.
And what's that bill? What's the tally on that bill?
$6,276. I could have flown to Marshall Island for that.
Right, and gone scuba diving on an unbelievable piece of fucking manly naval warship.
Yeah. But instead, she or someone spent that amount of money for jewelry for her. And I guess she's bragging about it?
Pretty much. That's right. And this was put up onto her Instagram. So she's got a bunch of fucking women beat with showing off this fucking bill.
And we're going to get into what men pay for in a minute here. All right, I think here's Deity 5. It's a Bumble profile. You know when you walk into Target and you walk out with more than you expected? Hi, I'm your target. Call me Kitty. Singer, dancer, yogi, aspiring actor. Which basically means I do nothing.
I do nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
I sing, I dance, I stretch, and I wish I was an actress.
I sing, I dance, and I stretch after napping all day after getting fucked by some fucking coke dealer.
Yeah. And you can see that a lot of...
I hope I never have a daughter. I really do. I couldn't.
Well, I'm so glad I had a son.
Deal with this shit.
I'm glad I had a son, man.
Yeah.
So glad. Okay, here's the next one. Oh no, now we're getting into dog sluts. So that's the deities. That's the deities. We've been through the deity profiles.
So just to recap on the deity, the problem now is with social media. It's elevated the girl next door, who is on a scale from 1 to 10 of 5. Let's just say she has a fat ass or big tits or something that you want to stare at. It's elevated her to the point where she thinks she belongs in Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
And the white knight, the anti-MGTOW, the people that MGTOW, the men that MGTOW want to kill, are liking everything she fucking posts. And what fuels this is not just social media, is that women between the ages between 15 to 20, that age bracket, those women between the ages of 15 and 20 happen to be very mature. They actually are more mature than a girl who's 22. And why is a girl who's 15 more mature than a girl that's 22? Think about it.
I think I've always said that women don't mature past 15. So, I mean,
I agree with you to a point.
If
something happens after the age of 21. What is it? And I don't know what the rules are in Canada, but this goes for the United States.
Well, if a woman is appearing to be less mature than she was when she's 15, I've always assumed that they mature to the level of 15 and that's it. Like they get new knowledge.
I agree. I
they
agree with you. But something happens at the age of 21. What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
Drinking culture, party culture.
Right. Oh, okay. Old enough to drink. Right.
Right. So between the ages of 15 and 20, they're much more impersonable. They're much more insecure, and they don't know how attractive they really are.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're more mature. When they hit 21, 22, you put a fucking cocktail in their hands. It's over. Game over. They're fucked. And I know this firsthand experience because I have a girl who's completely obsessed with me since she's been the age of 15. Okay? She's 22. Actually, her birthday just happened. She's 22 now, or 23, one or the other. To be honest with you, I don't really give a shit. She's either 22 or 23 now. And I watched her transform right in front of my eyes when she turned 21 to 22. And I told her that. I go, you are not the same girl that I met when you were 16. Well, what do you mean? Oh, mind you, this is the one that got $7,000 for one date. You remember that story?
What the fuck?
Do you remember that whole story with a couple live streams ago where she got $7,000 for going on a date? The sugar mama bullshit?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. That's a topic for another day, guys. But anyway, I'm digressing. I watched her transform in front of my eyes. I go, you're not nearly as sweet as you used to be. You're not the same person that I knew when I first met you. I go, it's because you started drinking and you started going out and going to New York City.
Well, and getting fucked.
She's fucking some loser, and he's petrified of me, which is hysterical. But it's funny that what happens at 21, once you put a drink in their hands and introduce party culture, you go to a club. Women love masses. That's what they love. They like to see. They like sports arenas. They don't like the sport, but they like large crowds. If a large crowd is gathered around a fucking car accident, she doesn't care about the person that died in the car accident. She just wants to be a part of the drama. You see? And that, I think Esther Villa mentioned that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Women are by their nature. This is observational. This is something you can see for yourself. As women tend to be more group thinking.
You can measure it. There you go.
Yeah, you can measure it. And women tend to be very attracted to group think. They're not mavericks when it comes to individual thinking. They enjoy a crowd because they can conform to it. I think this has a lot to do with hormones. I think if you have a woman's level of estrogen, you're going to have a hard time being an independent thinker. And I think that's it's just a biological fact, and I think that's why men are mavericks and women aren't. Never will be. And if you're a man and you want to be a woman, you take a shitload of estrogen, you totally fuck up your natural hormones, and then you become like them, basically. So.
Well, this ties right in with the dogs. Oh, she's got a doggy. I gotta get a doggy too. Now I got a doggy. Now everyone else got to get a doggy. You have a doggy? Doggy, puppy, doggy.
Absolutely. And now, what I want to try and get into now is I want to talk a little bit about Santorini, which also I think
champagne on the beach.
Yeah,
Instagramming.
Okay.
What she eats.
Yes, Santorini. Explain to the listeners what Santorini is.
Santorini is a poor Greek island that has white stucco houses and in buildings up against a volcanic mountainside. Greece is a very poor European country, and the poor people that lived on this island of Santorini built these white stucco homes up against a volcanic mountainside, and it's beautiful. It really is fucking gorgeous. I mean, I want to fucking see it someday, but now I don't want to see it because how many fucking white women have gone there, completely killed any drive I had ever going there. So for whatever reason, and I'm going to assume it has something to do with the song Stereo Love. Do you know the song Stereo Love, Ayam?
No.
So it's a great dance song. Came out maybe about 6 years ago, and the music video portrays this beautiful woman walking around the homes of Santorini.
Okay.
And I think that's where it came from, and from there, some fucking white bitch fucking posted pictures of herself at Santorini, and lo and behold, it's now the pilgrimage for white women to go and do selfies at. It's some type of form of adulation, some form of attention. It's to prove to other women that I've done it too. I've been there. No. Don't go to Australia. Don't go to Montreal, Canada. Go to Santorini and prove to all the other women that you have done it also.
Yeah.
As men, AM, my objective when I went to Cambodia, and in my future when I'm much older, I plan on going to places where no man has gone before.
Right.
Because I want to be the first guy to do it. I don't want to go where every other fucking man has gone. I think it's cooler to be a trendsetter to do something that I haven't done. And again, I don't understand why women, maybe it's because of the collective mentality, they all want to do what every other fucking white bitch in fucking America has done. I don't understand. This is bizarre to me. So, like, I went to places in Cambodia. I know for a fact that no fucking white man has stepped foot in this fucking location in fucking Cambodia. And I'm sure you have been to places in Indonesia where maybe you have been the first, or very few fucking people from the Western Hemisphere have been to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to you, you can look back and say, you know what? I went there. I beat any other fucking guy. Hey, I'm going to the Marshall Islands.
Yeah.
How many fucking white guys can say they fucking scuba dive off the USS Saratoga? God damn it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But women do the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. It's bizarre.
No, they want to do what everybody else has been doing. Now, okay, I want to sort of just lead into what we're going to get into here. First of all, when we're talking about Santorini, first of all, we're talking about women that are traveling to a destination to look good on Instagram or to have pictures for their profiles in whatever dating app. And it's a competition among themselves. And a lot of them don't pay for these vacations themselves. And you have to understand, when you see a woman traveling extensively, she's selling something to get there. All right? It might be her time, it might be her attention, it might be her asshole, it might be her pussy. But for a large portion of these women, yes, this is how they travel. Or they're doing it with a boyfriend. That's possible as well. So what I want to do is I want to get into Santorini, and then I want to get into the Venmo, which is basically women asking for money. And then I want to get into what these women actually do for money when they travel. Okay? So I'm going to share a screen and we're going to go through the Santorini profile pictures first. So here's the first one, Nick. Madison 23, public relations specialist. Okay, so there's the picture.
Public relations specialist. Again, no fucking job.
No job. no joke. But that means nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
And again, it looks badass. But what's so funny is that the Greeks are, dude. Listen, I don't know if you know about anything about Greek people, but Greek people are so fucking corrupt. Oh my god, they are so lazy. The laziest pieces. They're the worst in fucking Europe. They're
I used to
so
work
lazy.
for Greeks. I used to work for Greeks in Canada. I mean, I used to play in some of their restaurants, so I know them.
They are eating this shit up with these white women. And mind you, I already stated that all those buildings right there behind her, those are all for poor people on an island.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, fuck it, why don't we have some type of conformity and we'll make all of our homes white up against a mountainside. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. They're
Cheap.
fucking poor.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Right. And then out of nowhere, here comes fucking Brittany from Missouri. Right? Oh my god, so beautiful. And look, there's a windmill. Right? So the fucking Greeks are like, hey, you know what? Why don't we put a pool underneath this fucking windmill and this fucking dumb white bitch is gonna pay fucking $500 to swim in this swimming pool?
Yeah, that's right.
The Greeks are probably like, no, get the fuck out of here. They're not that stupid. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are that stupid. And you can see, I see a swimming pool down there. And mind you, that swimming pool was not there 20 years ago. It wasn't. And my grandmother, who passed away, she went to Santorini. Okay, she went for religious purposes. There's like a monastery on the island. Yeah. It's Greek Orthodox, but the Greek Orthodox share monasteries with the Catholics or whatever because they're not that far off from each other. But for whatever reason, my grandmother went there to visit a monastery, and she saw this Santorini shit, and she showed me pictures. All this wine and pools, that wasn't there. It was still fucking sheep and gyro meat. I mean, that's what it fucking really was. She went there 20 years ago, you know?
Well, it's amazing how much money that that Becky from Wisconsin have to travel, and it's not their money most of the time. Most of the time, it's not their money.
It's not. It's 9 out of 10 times it's daddy.
It's daddy.
Yeah. It's daddy's little princess. Now, daddy's fucked up. Daddy's an idiot because daddy wants his little fucking what'd you call her? I called her Brittany. What'd you call her?
I can't remember. Becky.
Right. You're saying Becky because no man is good enough for Becky.
Yeah.
I want my little Becky to be a virgin till she's fucking 45. Okay? And you know, you do that to your daughters. The little Becky's a virgin till she's 45. Guess what? She's gonna fuck niggas. She's gonna fuck the oxycodone dealer, right? As a form of rebellion.
Well, and you have to understand too. These women that have this, they actually their labor does nothing to support the local economy they exist in. But somehow they have disposable income to the point where they can travel. And wherever they travel to, I guarantee you, there is local sex tourism for them. Okay? It's in Indonesia. It's in pretty much any holiday destination. If you have North American white women, young North American white women traveling with disposable income to travel, wherever they travel to will develop a culture of sex industry specifically targeted for them. So these girls that are going to Santorini, they're getting fucked too. There's no doubt about it.
It's quite possible. I haven't researched enough about that. I know, but Greek men are fucking like.
Greek men are womanizers.
I think they hate these women. That's actually what I think. I think the Greek guys are just like, you know, are just gonna fucking clean these fucking chicks out and take every fucking dime they.
But they'll fuck them too. They'll fuck them too. They're not gonna pass that.
Not.
I mean, there's a whole. Again, this will have to be another video sometime. We can talk about it. Sex tourism for women, because in Indonesia, in Bali, there's a huge one. They call them the cowboy pantai, which is the beach cowboys. Huge industry. But anyway, we'll get into that in another video. So I'm pretty sure that these women are going there to get fucked as well.
Mm. Well, again, who's paying for it? And I'm sure there's some type of simp white knight that's fucking paying for these trips also.
Absolutely, that's a definite possibility.
Look at that! Look at that swimming pool at Santorini. I mean, she's probably. I swear to God, she can look at this picture of herself and just fucking sit on a washing machine that's turned on.
Yeah.
She'll get off to this picture of herself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what's really missing in this photo, AM? What do you think's missing in this photo?
Her friends?
No, because you don't want someone more beautiful than you in a fucking photo. Can't have that. You know what it's missing? A wine glass.
Right, a wine glass. And a plate of cheese.
And a plate of cheese.
Selection of cheeses. Well, there's the wine glass. Sorry, the next one has it. That's probably the same pool. Some smart Greek guy's like, I know how to make $1 million. I'll build a pool.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I'll build a pool in the back of my house.
Can you give her that? Can you give her that view?
No.
She's got a beautiful aqua blue swimming pool with the white stucco and a goddamn white wine glass while she's wearing some type of frilly white outfit on. Yeah. She's pure. She's pure as virgin snow. I want to throw her off that fucking cliff.
Absolutely.
I really do. If she tripped and fell and fucking bled out and hemorrhaged on that fucking white stucco, I will jerk off to that fucking view.
And you have to always wonder who's taking these pictures. Is this like an employee? Like, hey, take a picture of me.
It's the Greek. It's the
Greek guy that's screwing her. Absolutely. Here, hold my camera. Take a picture of me. Absolutely. It's the Greek guy screwing her. Poor Greek guys. They have no money.
Now, I want to bring up, and I've mentioned this, I think, once or twice to you before. The Thai girl my second Thai girl I've ever slept with, which was a great honor to sleep with her. It was. I know. I'm gonna elevate her on a pedestal because that's how great of a chick she was. She was half Thai, half Australian. She had blonde hair.
So like
blue
Tiger
eyes.
Woods, like Tiger Woods.
She was dude. She was white though. She was fucking dude, mouth watering. I would drink her bath water. How hot she was. She was so fucking hot, right?
Right.
She was a go-go girl. She worked at a go-go bar. I took her out of the go-go bar. She drove me around Pattaya, bought me food, screwed me like you wouldn't believe, didn't X for a dime. And I spent 4 nights with her, right? Mm-hmm. I thought she was amazing. She was, I mean, come on. I mean, you usually have to pay for go-go girls and everything like that. But, she, guess what? She wasn't that awesome of an individual. She now lives on that island at Santorini, and she looks at that view for the rest of her life.
She's living there. What, she married a Greek guy in Santorini?
She married a Swedish guy that owns a piece of property at Santorini. So, the moral of the story is, if you're just nice, if you don't ask for money, and you're pleasant to be around, it could fucking pay off for you, little fucking Bertha from Missouri. Becky, sorry, Bertha, Greta. Think of some like fat fucking cheese eating fucking white bitch from no man's land, America.
Okay, we got some more pictures here from Santorini, but again,
that was that last one. It was a photoshopped one. That was all.
Here again, the girl.
Wait, how do you know? Wait, no. How do you know that's photoshopped? No, not that one. Go to the other one.
Well, I don't know. It looks.
No, not this one. Go to the one in the swimming pool. Swimming pool number whatever.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, well, how do you know it's photoshopped? How is it photoshopped? Nope, not that one. Yeah.
This one?
Look at the what do you call it? The lounge chair in the back. It's smaller than her.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. You can see that.
So here's a girl pretending that she is at Santorini.
Yeah. If you can't make it real, pretend.
Pretend.
Now, these, I want to get into something else here. The next step is not from Santorini. We want to get into Venmo and explain what Venmo is.
Venmo is pretty much an easier version of PayPal. That's more or less what it is. And now we're getting into the Venmo. What I've noticed now with Venmo is women that are not so much my generation, women that are about 10 years younger than me, they're becoming much more antisocial. And this is very scary. This is frightening. Okay, because no girl my age would ever fucking have done this when I graduated high school. They are pretty much becoming whores. They're prostitutes. These young women now.
Well,
and we'll go on. Sorry.
This is why I wanted to bring up the Santinelli and then come into this.
You've transitioned beautifully. Yeah, you've become Ayam. You're an all-star. Make no mistake. Like I said, I wear a suit and tie when I got on these live streams with you.
So basically, the reason I did that is because places like Santinelli, again, to me, they are destinations for women that don't have the disposable income on their own to do it, but someone's paying for it, whether it's daddy, whether it's boyfriend, whether it's sugar daddy. Generally, that's the case. It becomes an obsession for them to look good in good.
They have to do it.
Yeah.
They have to do it.
They need to look good in good-looking places, and that puts them, it elevates them in the eyes of their peers. And you have to remember that if these women are traveling, sex is involved, because that is the main industry of women, is their pussy, their sex. They know how to sell it. They're selling their looks. They don't even have to sell the action of fucking. They can sell their looks. Every woman today, because of Instagram and Snapchat, can now become backyard whores. I don't know. I don't even know what to call them. They're like the
again, Susie Q down the road. It can be a supermodel now.
She can not only be a supermodel, but she can actually make a lot of money by being a pseudo prostitute.
Right, a pseudo prostitute. Very good wording. Yes.
Yeah, a backyard Betsy, whatever. I mean, it's the mom. It's now the mom and pop shop of skanking.
Well, again, if you go with the you go with the Instagram. She has X amount of followers. Yeah. Those followers are in her doghouse. And then the other Instagram wannabe model has another group of X amount of men in her doghouse.
Yes.
I used to hook. Very sad. Very very sad news broke out yesterday that Backpage is now taken down.
Right.
Which is kind of like an offshoot of Craigslist. Okay. I used to hang out with this fat Puerto Rican girl that I met off of Backpage. She was a prostitute. I was like 20 years old. I wasn't getting laid, and I wanted to meet up with her. And she was so fucking cool. I got her down to screwing me for about $30, and she bought me Chipotle at one point. Nice. And she saved me in her phone as cheap but hot. That was my name in her fucking phone book, if you can believe it, right?
Nice.
So we'd smoke weed, we'd hang out, and she actually told me her real name. She told me her life story. She used to come over to my house, and we became really good friends, right? So at one time, she wasn't answering her phone, so I hit up this other girl on Backpage who happened to work in the same hotel where she worked, but a couple of doors down. And I told the Puerto Rican chick, hey, look, I met up with your business across the street. She pulled a knife on me, and she's, don't you ever dare go visit another girl. You are my territory, right? You belong to me. And this ties in with Instagram, because the girls want to make sure you're in her doghouse.
Yeah, yeah.
They want to make sure you're pulled in because they want to know they have access to you if need be for resources. Okay, so if you're in a girl's Instagram doghouse, you're pretty much on the back burner when shit goes tits up for her.
Mm-hmm.
While you don't even get to fuck her. And this goes into Venmo. And Venmo goes, hey, look, give me money just for my existence.
Exactly. And we're going to get into that Venmo here. I'm going to show some profiles now. The first one here we're looking at is Jess. And she's holding a hamster. It's not a hamster. What is that? Is that a hamster? Or what the fuck is that? It's a guinea pig.
It's another furry animal that she probably shoves up her vagina.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. Jess 19 is holding up a guinea pig, I believe. And she says, I'm just a broke college girl trying to pay for her weed habits. Donate to my fund. Every cent helps. Venmo at Jess Pofcher.
So, guys, you MGTOW guys, you can go ahead and Venmo her, and maybe, hopefully, you can negotiate. Send me some fucking nudes, and I'll throw you like $3.
Well, as we go into the Venmo and what these women are asking for, I just want to say that this is more evidence that women have a lack of humility. They have a lack of humility because I think the average moral person would feel bad about begging for money in such a
My generation would never have done it.
Yeah.
They would fucking. There's no way. No way. I don't even think women that are 25 would fucking stoop to this level. But because of social media, because of the lack of parental oversight, that this new generation are robots. They are antisocial. They are cutthroat. They are cold. They have no empathy. It's a very scary new generation of human beings that are being upbrought, that are up and coming. And no one's talking about it. You don't hear any. We talk about millennials all the time, right? We're not talking about the 15, fucking 16, 17, 18-year-olds that are coming up and coming, are we? We'll rally again. We'll talk all day long about someone that's in their mid-20s to early 30s. We'll talk about them to no fucking end. Every news article, all they talk is millennial this, millennial that. They have nothing but fucking millennial cock in their face. But they don't talk about this new generation that's coming up.
Well, the thing that's obvious to me is that a man at the similar age in a similar situation could not do that kind of internet panhandling and get away with it and be successful at it. But women can, and they do it. Okay, they can and they do it, which always leads me to the conclusion that women lack a certain moral humility. They don't feel, there's no shame. There's no feeling of shame in just recklessly asking for handouts, and most of the handouts they ask for are based on a promise for some kind of sexual encounter.
I'll be honest with you. I know I am. So I went ahead and vetoed some of these girls. Okay, now they don't know that I've had sex with fucking 60-something fucking Cambodian prostitutes. They don't know that I have a PhD in whore.
Yeah.
They don't understand this. So I'm 3 steps ahead of them. Okay, so I go ahead and Venmo them. I go, "What's up? You want money, right? Okay, yeah, great. You want a sugar daddy? Okay, what's your price tag?"
Yeah.
Now these girls, I don't know whether they're stupid or men are fucking retarded, but they're asking for $200 up front before meeting the guy.
Yeah.
I just start laughing.
Yeah.
Now.
And a lot of them.
And I told her this. I go, "Are the men you're meeting autistic?" And they would get so mad at me. I asked 2 of these. Are they autistic or they're retarded? Right? They're going to give you $200 before even meeting you. Is that what you're telling me? I told her, "I'll give you $200 when I meet you. you ain't getting $200. I don't even know if you're a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about you. And they would get mad, and they would one block me, and the one I just fucking forgot. But the issue is that what these women are doing is they're thieves.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're thieves. They're just gonna come and take your fucking. You give them $200, and then that's it. They block you, and that's it. It's called phishing. I don't know if you ever heard the term.
Yeah. Well, I mean, women are thieves physically, or in the digital age, they're thieves. I mean, physically, they'll come into your store and they'll steal your shit and run away.
Right, or Listerine.
Digitally, they'll say, "Give me $200 and then you can meet me," but you can't, and then that's over. I mean, of course. I mean, it's ridiculous, and there's men paying for this shit. I told you about the women on Twitter that are these Indonesian whores that I follow just to kind of get, I want to see this. They often, a lot of them, ask for a down payment before meeting. But 90% of them don't even show their faces because they're too scared that someone will recognize them. Because this is Indonesia, it's not fucking the United States. I mean, if you're going to advertise your face on the internet as a hooker, there's a good chance that maybe it'll come back to your parents or your community, right? So they hide their faces, but still ask for a fucking down payment before you meet them. It's fucking hilarious, man.
I mean, at least the down payment in Indonesia and Cambodia is relatively low.
Yeah.
Here they want a down payment of fucking numbers that I'm like, I can buy X amount of coffees for that fucking price, sweetheart. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Or I can buy myself a fucking porn subscription and just bypass you altogether.
Yeah.
Nick has Hordar. I do have Hordar. I'm really good at spotting whoredom, okay? And I just got done explaining this to my friend who had his girlfriend move out. And he's starting to think that his ex-girlfriend is banging around. I go, if you really want to know if she's sleeping with another guy, see if she's able to maintain eye contact with you, and is she kissing you the same way she did 3 or 4 months ago. Wow. If she's kissing you different, and she's unable to make eye contact with you or hold eye contact with you, she's taking another dick somewhere. She's getting dick elsewhere. Very easy. Spotting women being a whore is actually very fucking simple. It really is not. Guys, you can never tell if a guy's sleeping around.
Yeah.
Because a nut's a nut to a man. A nut's a nut.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. A nut's a nut. With women, no. You can spot that shit. And again, because women with kissing, they will withhold kissing to only men they care about and they want to be with. If she's kissing you and you sense a slight offness to their kissing, she's getting dick from somewhere else.
Yep.
And holding eye contact. If she's looking away, then you know she's being a whore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if we go into this, if we look at the Venmo picture I have up now, this is a Bumble. Her Katie 28, flight attendant at Delta. Oh, this is a flight attendant.
Don't forget flight. Very important that job description.
Mm-hmm. Well, flight attendants generally fuck pilots the most. So if you're dating a flight attendant, she's getting dick from pilots. Just so you know. I'm really just looking for someone who can retire early so I can take them to work with me. Honestly, I'm not looking for anything serious right now unless I hear jackpot sounds when I meet you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a girl who you fucking stick your cock in her ass, cum in her face, and then throw her down a flight of stairs.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of Saudi Arabian princes do. They're fucking masters
pull it
of
up.
the show.
Now's the time.
We're gonna pull that up in a second. There's a couple more here.
We got one more.
Maybe one or two. Rosie 26. Guess where she works?
HR.
Planned Parenthood.
Oh God. I was close.
Yeah, you're very close.
I was close.
looking for a finance guy to take care of me. That's it. Like, okay, she's 26 years old. She's not that attractive. She supports the killing of children, the unabashed killing of children. And she wants some guy to take care of her. What kind of mental gymnastics do you have to take to justify your existence? To be this woman? It's fucking incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, we're looking at fucking very vile people. Here's Venmo again.
But this is the new up and coming generation. These are future Democrats.
Yes, these are future Democrats. These are the people that are going to vote for Hillary Clinton, or did vote for Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Yes.
Just to understand. Here's a 20-year-old, very young, 20-year-old. She's looking good in a little top and a skirt. She says, coffee, nature, dogs, and volleyball. Venmo at Quarb12. I'm broke.
So we got dogs and Venmo on this one.
Yeah, dogs and Venmo. I have a dog. Send me money. I'm broke. Why else would you send anybody money? You know, I'm broke. Send me money. Come on. Unbelievable.
Hey, look, you're subsidizing that dog at this point by sending her Venmo.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. Hannah, 20, intern. She's an intern. What is an intern?
She's got no money.
Yeah, she's broke. Blake Lively on the outside, Lazy David on the inside. I have no idea what that means. Seeking a billionaire with no living relatives and less than a year to live to marry ASAP. How does she expect that to attract any kind of male? Actively, I'd like to find a puppy co-parent and impeachment party co-host. What the fuck?
Oh, so she wants to impeach Trump. Let's do this. Wow, this woman's horrible.
Holy shit! You're
Hannah,
20 years old, lady.
Kill yourself, Hannah. Kill yourself.
You're 20 years. If she's 20 years old, you got your life ahead of you. I mean,
so she's done. She's done. At 20 years old, she's already done.
Unbelievable, man. 20 years old. What? Yeah, exactly. Just put a bullet in your head, because it's more effective and cheaper than what you
Sign me up, Hannah. You look, and guess what? Then let's bring in the white knight, the nigger, the Hispanic Mason guy. Hannah, you look so good, girl. Let me get some of that, girl. Damn, girl. Shit. Let me get some of that oatmeal, girl. Oh hell.
I don't have $1 billion.
Damn. And this brings in the fucking buck dancing, bow jangling, fucking degenerate fucking little bunny. You look so good, girl. Oh shit.
Well, those guys, the only people she's gonna fuck are the guys that don't have enough intelligence to understand what she just wrote in her profile.
Correct. Well, who is that?
I mean, that's thug nigger.
There you go. You said the N word.
Yeah, I said it.
We have no problem saying Jew on this channel.
Well, no, a Jew wouldn't hit that. Are you kidding me? Thug
what
nigger.
Do you mean? He's everything you want and more. You can have a nice pastrami sandwich together.
Or it's either thug nigger or thug wetback. I mean, what's the equivalent for the Mexicans?
No, the Hispanics will treat this like the Hispanics will do the same thing as white guys would do. They would treat this fucking thing like a fucking dog. But the Hispanics will get her pregnant. That's the difference.
Yeah, exactly. They're not they don't because they don't read the profile. They don't care.
Right.
It's not. They don't. It's not.
The Hispanics would knock her up and not think otherwise, and they'd say no habla in court.
Yeah, illiterate.
And they'll run back to El Salvador.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so that's the end of the Venmo. So I want to. Okay, I want to break into this article, you guys, and this might surprise the viewers that are still here. I don't know how to really introduce this lightly, but when we talked about women going to islands in Greece, you know, and they're getting
champion on the beach, Instagramming what she eats.
Yeah, Instagram what she eats. We were also talking about women actively asking for money for nothing on the internet, which they do and they get. We haven't even got into baby daddies, or real daddies, but these women are not paying for their trips 100% on their own. So I want to go now into the idea of, what did you call them? Porta potty?
Oh, the porta potty chicks.
Porta potty chicks, yeah. We're going to get into porta potty chicks because, again, traveling to exotic destinations, a lot of money involved. Where's this money coming from? And what are these women selling to take these trips? Okay? Now, there's an article I have queued up here that is called, and it's by Return of Kings, Do Women Become Irreparably Damaged After Allowing Arab Princes to Defecate on Them? It's just an incredible headline. I mean, that should be CNN headline, don't you think?
It's worthy.
Yeah, I think it should be. That's CNN headline, man. I want to turn the television on and see Fox News Tucker Carlson. I want to see him go, do women become irreparably damaged after allowing Arab princes to defecate on them? Let's talk about that. That's what I want to see. I want to see Tucker Carlson fucking talk about this.
Oh, that one on the left is really pretty.
Okay, so you got these two women here in the photograph. But again, let's get into the article. You guys can read along with me. Oh, Donovan Sharp is the author. Yeah, it's not this Matt Forney guy. This Matt Forney guy, I know who he is. He's a anti-MGTOW complete cuck, PUA cuck. But anyway,
God, how many tabs do you have open, Ayam?
Enough. Matt Forney recently reported on a website called Tag the Sponsor. This is a site that pulls back the veil on the real exploits of Instagram models. Again, Instagram comes up. In short, good-looking women are propositioned by rich Middle Eastern men, they are the sponsors, to finance their all-expense-paid trip to Dubai and other exotic locations in exchange for their company. Their company, however, is an extremely tame description. These girls are paid to be slutty trophies in public. Okay, so that's a big deal, right? We see this all the time, all over the world. Men have been paying beautiful women to be their ornaments for ages, so no harm, no foul, right? And again, you got to remember, this is Return of Kings. This is PUAs. PUAs are the blue-pilled cucks of the...
Wait, so Return of Kings is PUA?
Yes, it's all PUA, pickup artists.
I didn't know that, okay.
Yes. I'm surprised you didn't know that, because the head of... The founder of Return of Kings is a self-proclaimed PUA. He's done talks and written books on the subject and been savagely attacked by feminists.
I hate PUAs.
Yeah, PUAs are fucking complete cucks. So just so you understand, this is a Return of Kings article, and I know who that Matt Forney guy is, and he is a complete piece of shit who has downplayed the MGTOW. And he's an unattractive, obese-looking man who thinks that by becoming a part of Return of Kings, he's some kind of womanizer. But he's not. Anyway, he's not the author. But this article, regardless of the writers of the article, this is interesting. He goes, I'm afraid not. The real debauchery happens behind closed doors, and it's outright nauseating, to be sure. These girls are fucked by foreign objects, pissed on, shit on, violently and bloodily gangbanged, or whatever other nasty shit that comes to the twisted minds of these oil tycoons. Now, they call these Saudi princes oil tycoons. They're not oil tycoons. They're just born into wealth. They just have a lot of
Hey,
money.
you know, when I hear the word tycoon, all I think about is roller coaster tycoon.
Yeah. Now he says the
Do you know
obvious.
do you know that game? Wait. Do you know roller coaster tycoon, or you
It's,
just
I know roll.
all right,
I
all
know the
right. As
game.
long as I don't sound like an idiot right now, you just kind of just blow me off here.
No, I know the game. I've never
Um,
played it. But I know it.
oh, it's fantastic. You should play it.
I'll
Introduce
try
it
it.
to your son. He'll love it.
I'll try
All
it.
right, go. Sorry.
That's okay. So the obvious question here is why? Why would these young, pretty girls put themselves through these disgusting fuck-a-thons? I may be naive here, but I'd like to think that maybe 25 years ago, girls wouldn't even consider these propositions. So a deeper question is, what exactly is it that's changed their mindset? So the question he's putting forth is, why are women, young women, and women that we just went through their profiles, these women, why are these women allowing Saudi men to pay them to go to Dubai and then shit in their mouth? Right? That's the deeper question, and it's a good question. And he says, understanding this phenomenon is important for men because this completely wrecks women physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Carousel riders are damaged beyond repair, but we still game them because they're still good for the occasional nail and bail. Now, here is the hypocrisy of PUA. They criticize women that are sluts, but they need them in order to justify their existence.
Right.
And this is
Yep.
something... Yeah,
Total hypocrite.
absolute hypocrites, and they won't look at it and they'll never see it. But regardless, we know how to get in and out of their panties with minimal investment and keep it moving. Yes, okay. So, if a PUA needs sluts to survive, why do they criticize them? That's their bread and butter. But anyway, tag the sponsor sluts, however, are ruined for life. The physical and emotional toll it takes on them is a cross they are ill-equipped to bear. This makes them radioactive to friends, family, boyfriends, and hookups. Even the man unlucky enough to have a one-night stand with her will be impacted by the mind fuck inflicted on her while abroad. Now, I don't know if the author has experience with fucking some of these porta-potty women, but maybe. So, he says this article will take a look at where this behavior originates as it relates to the sexual marketplace, motivations, status quo, how it damages them, etc. Don't hate, it's just survival. In the city I reside, it's not uncommon to see a hot young female driving an expensive car with plenty of bags and boxes from a day of shopping at designer stores stuffed in the back seat. Again, here we have women spending money that's not theirs. Very normal. The question is, where does the money come from? On its face, we all might think,
Right.
that bitch is living off a man. And you're right. They're absolutely right. We have to understand, however, that women have precious few assets that they can monetize. Their youth and beauty begin being the two most valuable. We can hate on them all we want to, but this is the way it has been since the dawn of time. Housewives, strippers, sex workers, sluts. Anyway, he's going on to say that women's assets are beauty and youth. We know that. MGTOW know that. Dubai sluts have been properly nicknamed porta potties because of their willingness to be used as human toilets. Anything goes if the price is right, and so long as the girls are paid. They happily bathe in the body fluids of foreign men. This is a flat-out stomach-churning way to make a living. Now here there's some kind of screenshot here. I expect to be allowed to insert foreign objects in you without permanent damage, but whatever I want. You allow that, I will pay $18,000 cash, not including deposit. I can see you're very freaky. Well, I don't mind anything as long as I'm getting paid. I'm about my money.
Nice.
Yeah. But you just said not to hate on them for shaking their moneymakers right now. Being a stripper, prostitute, or trophy wife is one thing. Lying in a pool of blood, shit, and urine after getting ass fucked by half a dozen condomless men just to get a picture standing next to a Lamborghini wearing designer heels is quite another. And of course, that goes into the people we were talking, the women, the profiles we were talking about. What was the name of that site for money again?
Santorini.
Huh?
Oh, the Venmo.
What?
Venmo.
Yeah,
Venmo or Venmo.
Yeah. So again, this is going into how women just, I want money, how much you're willing to give me, and then that will depend on how much I'm willing to do. So we have these Venmo girls who are saying, "Can you send me $10 because I'd really like to eat." Right?
Right, but it's not just eat. She wants caviar. She wants crystal. She wants all the tripes of a luxury lifestyle. She wants to shop at high-end, expensive places. She wants Supreme. She wants Louis Vuitton. She wants a Rolex. She wants, things that are, types of materialistic goods that the average male cannot provide.
Yeah. Well, continuing here, he says the clear difference between the two, which is basically the difference between the regular stripper, prostitute, or trophy wife and these porta-potty women. The difference is the incredibly steep physical and psychological price they pay compared to their gold-digging or sex-working sisters, and that's where this lifestyle ruins these girls forever. And he has a quote here, apparently from his forum, Roosh V, who is the founder of Return of Kings. A very completely blue-pilled cuck. She would pull out a few photos that they would take as proof so they could recover the damage to the room. In quite a few photos, there were bed sheets stained with blood and feces, and quite often there was drug paraphernalia in the room. This is Saudi Arabia, folks.
That the West subsidized.
Yeah, the West subsidized. And
the
and
petrodollar.
And they're supposed to be Muslims too, right? Pretty
right.
fucking insane.
Which they're really not.
They're not. They're not.
Again, it's the Chinese men, you fucking Muslims.
Mm-hmm. They pretend to be Muslims, and if you tell them they're not, they'll kill you. So,
Right.
That's where they are. Now, he goes on in this article to explain the price they pay strippers, sex workers, trophy wives. I don't give a shit about them. We're going to go straight down to porta potty girls. What is the price that these people pay? These chicks pay. And who are they? Are they your neighbors? Are they your neighbor's daughter?
Like they're mostly right from Eastern European countries. That's what I say. As of right now, it seems to be former Eastern Soviet bloc countries. I think one of them happens to come from Belarus and Romania, again, very poor Eastern European countries.
Now, here's a thought experiment. Pretend you're poor and you're from an Eastern European country. Would you let a man shit in your mouth for $18,000? Right? I mean...
Well, if I'm saving it, again, I don't think these women are saving the money because they're blowing it all on designer chicks. They're not even being smart with their not smart with their finances at all.
Yeah, it's not like well, if I let 10 Arab guys shit in my mouth, then I can finance a new home and start a business.
Right? Yeah, they don't think like that.
They're not thinking like that, man. So here's what he says is the price to pay for these porta potty girls. He calls them Dubai sluts. However, pay the highest price of all and get the lowest return on investment. They participate in abominable acts for a few $1,000s. A picture on a private jet and expensive clothes of which are temporary and depreciating assets. Whoring themselves out in the worst way possible for frivolous temporary material items that will be all but worthless in a few months, will use up their reserves, youth and beauty, quicker than they can imagine, meaning they'll likely hit the wall a hell of a lot sooner than they would otherwise. This is what happens when they exchange their only valuable currency for useless material possessions. Sure, they make a little cash, but they blow it within months, and before they know it, they're looking for another offer. But how many times can a girl physically and mentally handle this gross, abusive, Arabian-style fuckfests? Good question. I don't know. Really don't know.
Well, it still damages them in the long run, regardless. They don't have the ability to shake something like that off. I mean, a lot of them think they can form some type of normal relationship in the long run. And I think they're in for a rude awakening.
Well, here's kind of the rub of the article and why they do it. He says females minus slut shaming, times by brand worship plus attention and validation addiction equals a ride on a cock carousel that costs a hell of a lot more than the tokens she used. Basically, women are encouraged by society to do this. They're rewarded for it to some degree. But the rewards are very superficial and temporary. Yeah. Right? These are not long-term rewards. He says the entire culture tells them it's okay to whore themselves out for designer sunglasses and shopping sprees. And this is the thing about you don't have to be a Dubai shit whore.
Hey, wait, scroll back up. You see that with the Nazi salute? Go back. Look on the side to the right.
Oh yeah, I see that. Scottish man convicted. Yeah, we know about that. But the thing is you don't have to be a Dubai shit whore to be seen as the Dubai shit whore. The one thing they have in common with the average woman is that shopping is her hobby. I mean, let's look at it that. Let's break it down to that completely.
Right, it's competition. It's competition, just like how men compete to be the highest alpha male. They compete for the most amount of resources. You know, my friend used to joke, whoever has the most toys is the winner in the end. It's the same that goes for women.
Well, it's women that's a statement for women, but the idea is that the average woman will list on her profile that shopping is her hobby, even though she doesn't make enough money on her own to make that a relative hobby. But she'll list it. And the woman is getting shit in the mouth, same. She'll list that as her hobby as well.
Well, what happens, AM, and you can pull up the next article, what happens when this fails for them? What happens to them?
Death.
Or they go into debt, which is just like the woman who the failed Instagram model who put herself into debt for, I think when she spent $10,000 trying to be an Instagram model.
And what do they lose? They don't lose anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did they go to prison for it? No. They lose their soul, their dignity, and their mental health. That's what they lose. After that, there's really nothing for them. You there?
Yep, I'm listening.
Okay. So, now that we've gone through, I think we've gone through everything. The Venmo.
Well, did you pull up the $10,000? The girl that goes into $10,000 debt.
I don't have that article actually.
I included it.
No, I got it here. There we go. Hold on, give me a second. It was right there in my face. So, all right. So based on what we have just discussed and talked about, from Tinder profiles to women who ask for money for nothing, who travel with no money, to getting shit in the mouth for money. Here it is, basically, the result of that. The article by The Independent says, woman racks up $10,000 debt after trying to become Instagram famous. I think we touched on this before.
We have.
Yeah. But this is right on par with what we're discussing here. It says a woman has revealed how trying to become a social media star left her in financial ruin. Lisette Calvero, I don't know if that is maybe Italian or Latino, I don't know, who's now 26 years old, moved to New York from Miami, so maybe she's Cuban, for an internship in 2013, and said she felt like she was living the Sex and the City dream. But
always. Yep.
But while her life on Instagram might have looked glamorous thanks to never-ending brunches, expensive outfits, and holidays, she was struggling financially. Calvero's internship only paid for transportation, so she began living off her savings and earnings for a part-time retail job. But even after moving back to Miami later that year and landing a job as a full-time publicist, her Instagram-worthy life continued to sink her into debt, $10,000. Wow. She was living above her means, living a lie. Debt was looming over my head. She didn't get the guy in time, man.
She, again, an average-looking girl, both average, low average-looking girl, who thought she was an Instagram model.
You're not.
She's not attractive. Do you have a picture of her by any chance?
We're looking at it right now. She's on a beach. She's sitting on a beach. I wonder if I can open that into another window, but
always with the beach. Listen, Ayam, I don't know if I told you this. I've hinted this to you, or not hinted, but I kind of told you in passing. I lived on a beach. I grew up on a beach.
Mm-hmm.
I spent my early childhood living on a beach. And here's the thing about living on a beach that people don't fucking tell you about. It's hot. There's no food. You get sand all over the fucking place. You have a small little umbrella that keeps shade from you. And there's no food or water for a very... There's no food or water nearby.
Yeah.
A beach kind of fucking sucks, especially when you live on a beach. Take it from me. I lived on a beach. I know a beach. Looking back on it, I took it for granted. I was very young when I lived there and everything, but I remember all the negative shit about living on a beach. One thing they don't tell you about living on a beach is if you live in a climate where it has all 4 seasons, the other 3 of the seasons fucking suck living on a beach. It's windy, it's really cold, you have to worry about hurricanes and flooding and all this other fucking bullshit about living on a beach. There's some negative aspects about living on a beach that, for whatever reason, we tend to overlook. Again, I get it. Being close and living on a beach is cool, but it's only cool for 2 months out of the whole fucking year. I mean, I don't understand this obsession with beaches.
No, I lived on a beach on the west coast of Vancouver Island for a few months.
Oh, that's supposed to be beautiful over there.
It's beautiful, but not in the winter. I mean...
Right, again, not in the winter. It sucks during the winter.
No,
it's horrible.
It's horrible. I mean, there was a cabin on the west coast of Bamfield on Vancouver Island, and I lived in it for a couple months. It changed. I met the owner, but the owner didn't live there, and they kind of rented it out to people that wanted to live there. And it was a fucking log cabin on the beach in Canada. And I lived there for a couple months, and you open the door, you walk out, there's the fucking ocean, you're on the beach. But yeah, it's pretty shitty, man. You're tracking sand everywhere. It's fucking cold, windy, and shitty in the wintertime.
I remember having sand all over the fucking place, man.
It's in your
sucked.
bed. It's in your bed. It's fucking everywhere.
Oh my god, but the beach, though, man. I live on a beach. The beach is amazing. I want to be near the water.
Yeah. So, this is the sad decline of the modern woman today. They are false models on Instagram who are willing to let foreigners shit in their mouths.
So she can selfie on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And there she is, throwing up her hands, showing her armpits.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a really nice picture. I mean, look how rocky that beach is. That does not look like a pleasant beach to be on.
Well, these...
And then let's factor in, how, as a working man, how many days out of the year are you actually going to enjoy being on that beach?
Yeah. Very few. Very few. You can't grow a garden.
That's work, Am. She doesn't want to work. You can go and fucking grow shit. Right?
Can't grow a fucking garden on the beach. That's for damn sure.
You can grow basil and tomatoes. I'm not doing that. I'm going to go to the beach. You can fucking do that shit.
Well, I want to. You know what I want to do to kind of sign this off, man? Is
Whoa, you gotta top it off with the gay shit.
which one was the?
All the gay shit, the endings.
Okay, yeah, the endings. Let's go into the endings. That's right. End one, end three.
We'll pay tribute to Jay.
There was more. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Hold on. All right.
Blow through whatever the profiles that are last.
Okay, so we got end. Start with end. Okay, so to just finish this off, we're gonna go through a little bit more of the crazier profiles that we've got here. Let me share the screen. All right, so here's Caitlin, 19 years old. Take a look at her photograph when you see it come up there, Nick. She's got a piece of tissue stuffed in her nose.
It's hot.
And she's staring into a filthy mirror, which could be in like a department store or something. I have no idea. She says, collector of shoes. If you have Bitcoin socks or a fat ass, you can fuck me. Rick Owens is God. I like knives. Who the fuck is Rick Owens?
I don't know.
I have no idea who the fuck that is. Next is this. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, what is this, Nick?
I don't know. I have to see it.
What am I looking at? Like, how much torment did you go through as a child to turn out to be like that?
Well, these are who the government's going to arm to fight you.
Is it a man or a woman? I think it's a man. Because she's got some hair on the chin and the lip. So I think it's a man.
It's so hot. Got HIV?
Becca, 44. Trans person. Love massages. I love getting them from men and giving them to women. And everyone in between. Trans person. What's FTM? I have no idea.
Well, that's who Jay's fornicating with on Fire Island.
Loves breakfast. 5'9", happily partnered in open relationship. I am a complete.
A little bit too tall there.
Yeah, I'm a complete mess. I am an emotionally and psychologically disturbed human being. That's who these people are. There's Betty, 96. What the fuck is this, man?
It's Betty White.
Betty White. So this is just somebody pretending to be Betty White.
Look, he's got the bunny ears like my my YouTube profile.
Christ, 96, eh? Here's Michelle, 59. I love black men. BBW here, 59. Hell's Kitchen. Woohoo!
Oh, God. I hope that's not real.
At this point. Daniel, 28. What are you?
What's the profile say?
Doesn't say anything. It's just a fucking dude that looks like a woman.
It was great screenshotting a lot of these.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I want to go. I got one more thing I want to sign off on.
Wait, go to Ziggy. Go to Ziggy.
Well, hold on. I just stopped screen sharing. You want me to go to Ziggy?
You gotta go to Ziggy. Ziggy was the best one of them all.
All right, where are we? Ziggy. Okay, here we go.
You got out of it.
Ziggy. Pratt Institute.
Relationship? Question mark.
Yeah.
That's for you, Jay.
All right, I'm going to sign off on this is kind of where I thought it might be going to some degree with a lot of these women with dogs, okay? And I sent you that link to that search I did for reasons to have sex with your dog, and this made it to YouTube. So this YouTube user made a female made a number of videos saying why it's good to have sex with your dog. So here it is, guys. You'll see this. I'm going to share the screen with you here. Here's the search. You'll see the number of videos here. A white girl says 10 reasons why people should have sex with dogs. Look, here's my search. Reasons to have sex with your dog, and there was 8 million results, just to let you know. Go down again. This same girl, another 10 reasons. Here is a tranny that fucked a dog. Okay? And then here is a load of people that are sort of responding. Here's another one, how to have sex with when you live with your pet. Anyway, when you see women showing dogs in their profiles on these Tinder dates, just remember this. This is as far as it can go. And I'm going to play for you a part of this video. Here we go.
What's up, guys? Whitney, Wisconsin here, and I'm about to give 10 more reasons on why I believe that women should have sex with dogs.
10 more
Reason
reasons.
Number 1, you can have oral sex almost anywhere. So if you either wear a skirt or a dress, your pussy would be available to him 24/7. Reason number 2, dogs are naturally attracted to the smell of pussy. Reason number 3, your dog won't cheat on you. Dogs are loyal, loving, and protective.
Okay, so Nick, you can't hear this?
It's alright.
But she just said, here's the first 3 reasons. Your dog can give you oral sex anywhere. Your dog is attracted to the smell of your pussy. And your dog won't cheat on you. Holy Christ.
And she'll get an award for that by the progressives.
Well, her videos weren't taken down, you know. She didn't get a fucking strike on them. Let me go.
Right.
Let's go to the next ones here.
Animals, so not only will your dog satisfy your sexual needs, but he will also guard you and make sure that you're safe.
Your dog won't only satisfy your sexual needs, but will also guard you and make you feel safe.
Reason number 4, a dog's knot can give you an entirely different experience. And I just want to show you something real quick. This is what a dog's knot.
All right, I don't even fucking want to go into this.
Finish it off with the Tinder and the rope-a-dope.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'm not going to go into this shit, but the point is like, beware, ladies and gentlemen. Be very...
Where we're going, where with the direction with the dogs.
Yeah. This is insane.
I mean, unfortunately, the baby boomer men are really dropping the ball with their daughters, with the whole dog bullshit. It's mind-blowing. Look, Dave Sims says that women are now the ambassadors to the animal kingdom for men, because men are such higher beings than women that the women are the ambassadors to a fucking crayfish at this point.
Yeah.
And to sum it up though, is that women, and I should have mentioned this earlier, is that for whatever reason, I do think human beings are much higher animals than again a crayfish. We're aware of our mortality. I mean, what other animal is aware of its mortality before 10 minutes before it dies, right? I mean, we're aware of it as soon as, right. And what is happening is that these women that do not have children begin to imprint onto dogs.
Animals, yeah.
And imprinting is a very primordial instinct that a lot of animals do. What is imprinting? Has anybody ever seen the duckling follow mama duck, and it follows it along, and we all think it's really cute and everything. But if you were to take the mama duck out of the picture and put a human being in its place, the baby ducklings will follow the human being instead of the actual, mother duck.
Yeah, that's right.
And that has nothing to do with the baby duckling knowing that the mother duck is its mother. It has nothing to do with that. It's that it's just a bigger animal in front of it, and it starts to follow it in its path, and it just follows.
It takes care of it. It controls its needs. Yeah.
Right. What are white women doing? They're imprinting onto the dog as if it is their own child.
Yes.
So if I was to give this white woman a sock and tell her, look, the sock is really cute and everything, she'll start petting the sock. Oh my God, it's a baby sock. Oh, look at the sock, it's so nice. It's my baby sock. Look at it. Look at it. I could turn into a sock puppet. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. And I guess it's very scary to think that women are that stupid that they are imprinting onto a dog as if it was their own child. But if we were to go down the Darwinism path, well, it holds credibility that white women, for whatever reason, are imprinting onto dogs as if it was their own next of kin.
Yeah. And then obviously the step after that, which we just saw, is bestiality. And it's not a joke. I mean, it fucking happens. It fucking happens to the point.
Yeah, I do think there are women out there having sex with their dogs. I do think.
I just showed you the fucking video of the woman saying how and why, and this is why to do it. I mean, it's a top 10 list for women now. Not every woman is enough of a cunt to make a video about it, but it doesn't mean they're not doing it. And this is the level that it gets to. So you need to be informed and understand that this shit is going on. Now I'm gonna read your Tinder and rope-a-dope effect. You want me to do that for the ending here?
Well, understand what rope-a-dope means.
I know rope-a-dope in boxing terms. Yeah.
Yes, that's what. Why don't you tell people what rope-a-dope is in boxing terms before you read it?
Well, rope-a-dope is to tire your opponent out by using the ropes as a sort of a way to
stay up straight.
Yeah, you stay up straight against the ropes, and you move and you dodge and weave as you're standing up against your opponent while he tires himself out. Yeah.
Right, and that's what men are doing, is that you are the rope-a-dope, and you're tiring yourself out, making yourself depressed and miserable because you keep swiping right to every fucking girl, and not a single girl is willing to give you attention because of the 80-20 rule.
So the women are Muhammad Ali, and the men are George Foreman. Is that what we're saying?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's 100%, yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to read this Tinder and the rope-a-dope effect. A debauched free-for-all can be witnessed on social media applications. Men toss themselves to the wolves as a collective by amusing such profiles that, quote, I don't know what to write, so ask me anything. Your future ex-wife. I probably swiped right because of your dog. Men under 6 foot do not even try, or a profile laid out in a bureaucratic manner of do's and don'ts, mostly don'ts. More often or not, her profile will redirect to having you follow her on Instagram, where the more followers she has, the higher her social ranking. It's a baboon logic, where there is ambient competition amongst her sect of what she calls friends. The Instagram usually contains photos of a pilgrimage to Santorini and anthological trite, snippets of nothingisms, of truisms, from the works of echo-chambered feminists. Is this all merely tongue-in-cheek referring to her canine fetish, the truisms and what she expects from the opposite sex, or is this what she actually wants and means? Because of the cultural degradation with hypersexualization, men that are intellectually lowbrow believe women are just as sexual as them. So this leads to the following. Okay, what do you mean by women are just as sexual as them?
Well, no. It's men. Men think that women are just as hypersexualized
Okay.
as guys are.
Yeah.
So, like, if guy, like, for example, my friend thinks just right around the corner there's a gangbang and an orgy taking place, and I try to explain to him. I go, no, there's not. No, there's not. And for whatever reason, why do women keep saying I'm not here for just hookups? Because the reason why women keep saying that over and over in so many profiles that I did not show to you guys tonight, is that guys keep thinking that women are just down to hook up. That's not that. You're a fucking moron if you really think that women just want to go out and have sex with random strangers. No, you want to go out and have sex with random strangers. Women don't want to do that at fucking all. And this is what causes this manifestation in this malignancy.
Okay. All right, well, I'll continue with what you said here. The man will throw everything in his arsenal like a psychiatric patient throwing feces at a wall to get a response, and quickly disintegrates into lashing out at every profile he sees. To his amazement, he notices the more disgusting and vile words he can type, the better the response from a female, especially the most beautiful. A male's profile is well thought out and contemplated for some time, while hers is usually chortle with predictable statements in the description box. Meanwhile, on Tinder, where it's no more than trading flesh, do you find me appealing enough to sleep with regardless of autonomy? She swipes right a half a dozen times and realizes every man she swipes right to is a match and ignores all messages. She is exhausted from the bombardment and shell-shocked from some of the most poetic messages to the most belligerent, fragmented sentences ever conceived. The male, frustrated by no responses and a few measly matches, swipes right to everything, even the most grotesque, and seeing if anyone or anything is willing to give him attention, firing for effect on a childish whim that maybe, just maybe, she's out there in the labyrinth that is known as the World Wide Web. But I suppose, Nick, we all know that she's not out there.
Nope. And it's said that even it's like kind of like hoping there's a God in so many ways, that there's guys still out there just getting onto the internet and thinking that she perhaps really is out there. And it's really sad because a lot of guys don't. Where are you supposed to go? Where are you supposed to go and meet chicks? At the bar? So
yeah.
If you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you don't have the energy or the time to really get out there and meet someone. You don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So what's the default? It's Bumble, it's Tinder, it's Match.com, it's all, eHarmony. I don't know, just plenty of fish. So that's what guys are really, kind of just left with.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is why just maybe she is out there, but, unfortunately, it's just not the case.
It's not the case. And, as we sign off here, I think I will go and quote Rico Champagne. All of those Tinder or Bumble profiles you saw, guess who's holding the camera? Rico Champagne says, plot twist, the dog is holding the camera.
That's right.
The dog is her pimp daddy. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching tonight. We tried a late one simply because we tended to have more views later at night. But we're off and on. Our schedule. We come and we go as we can, and I try to notify you when I can. So thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a good night. Thanks, Nick, for the talk. And we'll see you all guys later. Bye.
Have a good one. Good night, everybody.